Okay, let's go ahead and get started on this fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Who wants to do the summary from last time?
I'm going to do it.
Matt was going
Matt's going to do it. He took notes?
I did.
Or he paid attention?
took
I took
A
notes.
lot of notes. Okay, we only got a short time for the
lot.
summary. You can't go through the whole campaign.
I'm going to read this through as fast as possible. You ready?
As fast as you can read it, or...
No.
The quick brown fire.
He is an elf.
Is everybody ready?
For sure.
I'm trying to decide, since you say that, the idiotic entourage of the elf, one of them being Ozzy, decided after we went to the display of the where the rat was supposed to be, the homunculus thing, went around trying to convince people that Skaven are real and exist, failed miserably, like we all expected, alienating himself from all the other foolish humans. Then the halfling, the protege that he is of mine, did an excellent job pickpocketing people and generally creating a scene of havoc, although I think I was the only one that noticed. Throwdog, went around, I think he was hitting head-to-head with dwarves. That's how they communicate. There's just a lot of grumbling and, farting.
Just walk over head, but...
Then there's Alan, who, he's a black-eyed guy trying to walk around and tell people that Skaven do not exist, and yet somewhat... I don't know. I think he succeeded. I really don't know. I think people were more afraid of him and just agreeing because they were afraid. And then you had Ben, who was the only one that made any sense out of all of us at that day, and he sat around watching the crowd. Later on, though, the little people that exist in the crowds pickpocketed the entire crew, except for, of course, the lawmaker Ben guy and myself. I'm not sure how much money everybody lost. Then we went in to see the rat. During that, there was where was he at? Professor Dr. Lanzaro Lindvern that decided to start protesting the display, calling her the other lady, which her name is irrelevant. Frau Ziegler.
Another human.
Nope.
Right.
Yeah, it's just another one of those human people.
That NPC is totally irrelevant to the storyline.
It is. So he was calling her a fake, saying that she was lying about it and everything she was doing was a fake. And for some reason, the foolish mage, witch, whatever he is, stood up and agreed with them and joined in the protests and were promptly escorted out. A riot then erupted after the doctor unveiled the first creature, proving it to be fake, when she cut into it and sawdust poured out. During said riot, the halfling and myself, the bright and flashy, ever-vigilant elf, jumped down to save the teacher whose name I cannot remember.
Professor Haish.
Haish, yes, that's it. And through a investigation that followed, we found out there was a bright flash of a light with a sulfur smell right before the bodies were brought out. I really think that was that evil mage Erdem that was involved. That is yet to be determined. There was also a crossbow bolt that was found in the head of one of the rats that was sewn onto one of the bodies. That the dwarf found that and decided to investigate that. There was a rat catcher named Piet Shavling, who seems to be one that buys a lot of crossbow bolts. He seems to be somebody of interest that the dwarf found out about when he investigated that. Heinrich, he went to investigate the sawdust-filled corpses and found out that they came from the Sigmar display. The curator of the museum verified that there were 2 bodies missing from the display in the museum at the Collegiate. And Ozzy and Tolman went to Professor Lindworm's office to try to discuss things with him. Were unable to get into the office and robbed his poor, meager donation box, which I applaud. And that's about all I have.
That's all you got?
I'm not sure if you were being sarcastic about my part or...
You're the only one,
You're
the one to get robbed.
Yep.
other than me.
Okay, so it's Professor Eunice Haish
Okay.
is the professor.
Very good summary.
If it matters, her assistants are Gaius and Carl.
I wrote that down somewhere.
Which one did you beat up?
Sadly, did forget about the best part about how the wizard only took notes about the dwarf.
Yeah.
And how he was the star of the story.
I was not going to bring that up. Gaius and who?
Gaius and Carl.
I really did. I was like, I'm not bringing that up. I did not
And
forget.
yes, Piet Shadling is the rat catcher that apparently buys a significant number of these crossbow bolts from Elmo Flensburger and the Fletcher that made the particular arrowhead that was in the rat head. Okay, so it is that evening at this point, and I believe we had settled on, I think it was 3 different courses of action from different people in the group. Some people were going to go down to the baiting pit, which is a known gambling and drinking establishment in the Alt Quarter, to try to locate and speak to Piet. I believe there was some plans to break into Lindworm's office in the college late at night after all the students and faculty and so forth had left. And there was probably at least one or more things going on.
You were
It
told.
was me, but we already resolved all that.
Okay.
He already went to the museum.
Oh, okay. So the
We
museum,
already,
the museum
we
was the
already
other one.
resolved all that.
Okay.
Last game.
So, of the remainders, the other 5 of you, 6 of you technically with the Shadow, who is going where? I know you were going to Piet.
I was going.
You were going
Yeah.
with him?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going back to breaking because I suck at that.
Okay. Where were you going? You're going to the college with them. Keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't break anything. Okay? And the
What-
2 of you were going to the college, correct? And there was at least some debate as to whether or not you could lose the wizard on the way.
Mhm.
Whether you
There's-
guys choose to do so or
There's
not.
also debate whether or not you wanted to come with us because your associations with the
Right, because of your background.
your background with them. But
My points were
Okay.
intuition.
XP expenditures.
Oh, yeah, we could probably do that. Let me first do...
So who's going to the college?
At least me. It might just be.
I think the college is getting mixed up.
Lindworm's office, right?
And they get confusing for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So, George, what were you spending your experience on?
I spent mine on willpower to make my willpower a base 70.
Okay.
And I increased
Jesus Christ.
and increased my consumed alcohol.
Okay. The willpower's like 100 now.
70? God. You should be ashamed of
Good
yourself.
thing you got that extra. Good thing you got that extra 1 point or something.
Oh my God.
Consumed alcohol is now 77.
Dwarfs admittedly start with like a 30 or 40 plus 2d10.
Oh my
They
God.
start pretty high
Yeah.
anyways. But Matt, where are you spending your points?
Yeah,
I finally got savvy.
Savvy. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Ben?
Intuition.
Intuition?
Finished my intuition. Now I have 7 of my 8 done.
Okay. Working through it.
Yeah.
Ben was noting that too. With the slower experience, it takes a notably longer period.
It's got to be
to get
deliberate,
past.
deliberate too. It's got to
Yeah,
be deliberate.
you got to focus
All
on it. Yeah.
college.
Fab?
I'm going to put a point in willpower and a point in a skill that I will determine here momentarily, which will give me 5 experience.
So you're up to a 70 willpower also. Well,
Secret Signs and Stealth Urban for my main character. For my
apprentice.
apprentice, thank you. I brain farted. 2 points into Fellowship.
Okay. Sounds good.
What does your 11th point
It'll
cost?
take me 7 game sessions to get the 11, first 5 steps.
25, 30, 35.
That's it?
Goes up by 5 each time, I think.
I thought the first, 1 through 5 were 30 each.
Oh, I'll look at it.
No, it's
No,
25,
25.
0 to 5, 25 for characteristics, 10 for skills. And then it goes up 5 or 5 after that. I literally am looking right at it. Because I can never remember where it
Okay,
starts.
so you're going to the baiting pit. Who was going with him? You. Are you two the only ones going to the baiting pit?
I ask you guys if you're willing to wait for me, or I'll just go after you guys fail. One of the two.
I was occupied.
Right. I know you're already occupied.
And that frees me up because I'm taking notes for
That's-
next time.
Okay, you're taking notes.
My character.
So do you guys
has
want to wait till
a
late at
disease.
night for the baiting pit, or do you want to go earlier in the evening?
I'm fine with. I'm fine
If you
with
remember
waiting.
my character before I got that mental thing, it was very
I mean, A,
respectful.
you don't know how long they're going to be, and you don't necessarily
No, I
know
hate
how
every-
long Piet will be there.
I mean, I feel like he would be a nighttime sort of person anyway.
Well, it's a nighttime venue,
Yeah.
but this would be the time when it would typically be happening.
I mean, we might as well just go there and get started. He can
Okay.
meet us there
Yeah.
later. It's gonna take us longer to get there anyway.
Just start blending into the crowd.
Yeah.
Tasting the drinks and
I
stuff.
forgot how
Right.
slow the dwarf is.
Elf will meet you there anyways.
Yeah.
They'll probably beat you
Elf,
up.
Elf does 6 different things,
Yeah.
and then we arrive.
Okay, so you're
No, he
going to
doesn't
stay in
pull
college?
back
If you like,
Okay.
what is that stupid?
And the three of
hoodwink
you
or
then are
whatever?
going to
Yeah.
work in the Lindbergh's
Squirrel?
office?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him What have I done? I love how he's watching the lasers. He's like, oh, as he's finishing off the cookie.
Okay.
I think I should be saying somewhere else.
I'm fine with that theory.
What are your stuff?
Sure. Okay. So, with the assumption the dwarf walks really slow, we'll go with Professor Lindworm's office first.
Okay.
You guys get to the college after nightfall. The place is pretty quiet. The doors are, generally speaking, open, but there's only some night watchmen and so forth. Generally, the place isn't really considered a high crime sort of place,
Mhm.
so they don't really expect any major trouble.
Before we get there, I asked you, would you be, or even if it's a GM that would answer, I don't know if you could, is he going to have legal access to it? I do have knowledge of law. Or
He
is
has
it
legal.
law?
He has legal access to the College of Magic that
But
he's
not
a
this.
member of.
This
Correct.
is a cup.
I mean, it's a college, and so yes, lots of strangers would typically be wandering around, not typically armored and with weapons.
Mhm.
That certainly stands out, and obviously breaking and entering and any vandalism you might end up doing would be illegal.
I just have a black look on.
I'm like loaded gills.
I
So-
figured you guys are bringing all your equipment. I mean, he's still wearing a mud
I
covered
really-
bloody apron.
It was hard not
So-
to do.
No, because
You got cleaned up.
yeah, in the college. Remember, I went
Oh, okay,
and cleaned
yeah.
up in the college before
Okay.
I left.
Okay.
We didn't have that in summary, so we didn't.
Yeah, I didn't remember. It wasn't.
I
the
didn't
same.
have it in summer.
Didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I don't know. He never said it to me, and I can't tell the difference anyway.
I don't really have any beer
So-
per se.
Okay. Anyways, you guys get there. It's maybe 9 o'clock or so in the evening. Like I said, there's other than a night watchman that wanders the halls. It's relatively easy to get to his office.
Don't forget about the
There's nobody here.
alcohol buff or debuff.
Oh yeah.
The box that you guys broke open earlier has been sort of roughly put back into position. Couple of crude nails pounded into it, but doesn't look like it's going to be collecting any money for a while.
That's lame. Who would do that?
What a crude. That couldn't have been my guy. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have done some crappy work like that. But anyway, as long as we're in the clear, nobody's around, I'll check the door to see if it's unlocked,
Okay. No, it's not unlocked.
and then I will work on it.
Okay.
Say keep an eye out.
You gonna pick it, or are you gonna have the halfling bull rush it again?
I won't pick it.
I'm gonna sit down towards the end of the hallway with my medical book open. Like,
Oh, you didn't go with these guys?
No.
I thought I went with you guys.
No, the three of you are there.
I'm just
Yeah, I
gonna
already know.
Oh, then I.
so you
just looked at
insulted me right in front of me.
I didn't insult you. I said you would never do this. I said this was not you.
No, he.
Did you
I
open
think.
it?
I
I don't
think you
remember.
said he'd
I
never
don't
be
know.
able to do.
I thought I fucking just jimmied it open.
No,
and went,
you tried.
And you smashed it.
Yeah, I
And then
smashed
you
it,
took
broke the. Yeah.
So it wasn't technically you that smashed it.
I still
Yeah,
went to get
I
hot
honestly-
picks.
Could you
Or
even do
stuff.
that?
Is this that doesn't need to be blind, right?
No, you know if you pick it or not.
Hopefully.
Maybe with a crowbar I could. But
Give me. What were you guys doing? You're just hiding in shadows. You said,
Yeah.
just standing there in the gloom, staring at the elves. Not creepy at all.
I'm used to it.
Would this count
So what are the ramifications of stealth and then stealth urban? What would stealth urban become as?
This.
Yeah, anything
Okay.
in the city.
Just wanted to clarify for.
Standing against
Yes.
the wall in the
I
shadows.
didn't like the fact that there's two because most people don't have that difference, but there's still rural, urban, underground.
They have it for all sorts of different terrains.
I
I
have
mean,
rural and
so
urban.
rural and urban is a pretty different area.
Yeah,
But
I have subterranean.
I just have stealth.
that's the one I'm waiting for.
yeah,
Is
I
what?
just have stealth.
Then you have to identify.
Technically,
what
you
it
have to
is.
identify which one.
Oh, it would have been urban.
Yeah, I'm sure
So-
it's urban.
Yeah.
I mean, the elf would make sense rural.
Pastry
Most everybody
shops.
else are urban characters.
How
So.
do I modify this?
Weapon
Now, the
shops
part that I
doesn't-
disagree with frequently is when you have stealth rural and then like stealth desert or stealth forest, because all of those are rural also.
So
But
the way
Very different skill sets.
I understand.
that the way that they identify the rural though is like forests and all that stuff anyway.
Farmland is what I would term it as, but I mean, not necessarily like. I mean, there's a difference between forest and desert and Arctic, even though all of them are rural.
Because my scout,
Uh-huh.
which in all that, I mean, thief gets both or whatever, but scout had specifically rural,
Yeah.
and I thought that would be more like okay, I'm in the forest because that's what I've been using.
That, well, I would consider it most of the wilderness of the empire. Okay, which is generally farmlands, forests, etc. And then if you go to like the deserts or the swamps or whatever, then it's a slightly different skill set. Anyway, that's all irrelevant to the current situation because you're going to college hallway.
Yep.
So, give me a perception check for the two of you.
Okay. Help asking dumb questions.
Wait, I should note that down.
I have smell if it makes any enhanced
It
smell.
does not help. Okay, so you add 1 point of stress. In the distance, you can hear the sounds of a night watchman stepping on, just walking down the hallway.
You
Doesn't
roll.
seem to be aware of it. What?
Did my roll not show up?
It did?
You probably put it blind.
Yeah.
You didn't
Oh,
change
okay.
it.
Yeah. I
Okay.
did. I mean, you succeeded.
Okay.
Alan's standing there a little
Okay,
stressed,
Alan,
but not a big deal right now.
Hear the
Anyways,
footsteps hit his.
yeah, you pick the lock. The only thing you smell that's unusual is a bit of soot just in the air. You think it might be coming from Alan, though.
Dirty wizards.
That's right.
So I am not aware of the footsteps,
No, you're focused on the lock.
but either way, as soon as I pick it, I open the door, step inside, and
Okay.
wave these two in,
Okay. You guys go in. The room is dark.
shutting the door behind me.
Okay.
We all have night vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I spelled whiff.
Okay.
WHIFF.
No. Yes, I do. Okay.
WHIFF.
WH. H.
Again, remember the summary is intended to be like a minute or so. You don't need to write a 10-page novel.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
Got this. Or do we get extra XP if we write that?
you do not get extra XP if you talk for longer than that.
It's just every minute you get extra 25.
Yeah.
Every minute's a 25 XP. Well, I know what we're doing for the session.
Meanwhile,
If that's the case, then send it to me ahead of time so we can actually play the game during the couple of hours we have. And then I will summarize for you your summary of the prior game.
Just me sitting in front of a video of me just sitting in front of my fireplace and just like, welcome.
Or I'll take I'll take your
smoking
10
jacket and everything.
I'll take your 10 to 20 page novel and I'll just say, so the summary for last time is blah. Okay, on to the game.
Well, you see, the best part is the session after that session summary.
Yeah, then
Summarizing the summary.
you gotta summarize the summary.
Copy, paste. Actually, it'd be very short.
I hit the campaign with a single.
And Ben read.
What?
Okay.
But, all right. So I've got the lockpick. We're in the room, and we're now investigating the room.
Yep, you guys climb into the room, close the door behind you, I'm assuming.
Does it
Okay.
have a pull-down type blind, or is there a glass? Is it a glass fronted door?
Yeah, there's a rough piece of glass in it. There is no blind as such. It has some writing on it, assuming you can read.
Yes.
Says Professor Lanzara Lidworm, biological professor.
I look around for about just for something I could put in front of the door that might block light. Besides a cloak, because I'd have to jam it in the door or something. To hang
Yeah, there's nothing big like that.
A coat rack.
Sure, you can put something like
And put my cloak over it.
You can. It's not going to completely block any light, but it's good. It'll at least put a shadow there.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't do that yet.
I start rummaging through the place.
Okay, start digging through
Stealthily.
things. Okay.
Quietly.
I need some face black.
Secret time to grow up. Is there any?
Are there any?
You want me around?
Well, I don't know. You have to look
Cancel.
around. Okay.
I'll be looking around.
Okay. So you're looking around specifically for any secret signs. Okay.
Reminds me of Hot Shots. When he's doing the thing and he reaches over, the black dude's like, really?
Yeah. Okay. we still had to make all our black guys put all that stuff on.
Okay.
It was kind of dumb, but they did.
Well, it
Right.
still cuts the shine down.
Yeah. But I'm gonna, until I feel like I need light, I'm gonna start checking, investigating around. I have
With-
enhanced vision.
Yeah, with the window and your guys' night vision, you really don't need it unless you need to read something in detail or something like that.
I have a magnifying glass out as well.
Right. There still would be a lot of light along those lines, but
I took the drink. I've got
Did you?
enhanced.
oh, okay. Then
I didn't know that's what all it did until
Yeah,
I drank it.
yeah. No, you're doing fine.
I'm all jacked up.
That's right. He's walking around with these double-sized elven eyes.
My eyes are actually slightly aglow.
He has a slight appreciation with the door.
That's right. He looks at a piece of paper. You see light on it.
You blink a lot. What?
You get Pullman seizures.
That'd be creepy. All right.
Okay.
What would happen if my character took that?
Ooh. He'd explode. Or he'd
Okay.
It's a black light.
So, anyways, looking around the office, it looks, for the most part, fairly scientific-y. I mean, none of you are scientists as far as his background and so forth. I mean, you have a lot of medical knowledge.
Mm.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check
Oh, what are you doing?
for anybody who
Does
has
that heal?
Sure.
Public or not?
I think there's a lore medicine.
Might be lore medicine would probably be more appropriate.
Yeah, I have a lore medicine.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think most of you had any skill in what you would need.
It's blank, but it's lore medicine.
Okay.
I have lore
You can
law.
double tap it and
Okay.
edit it.
Lore law?
Put my
That doesn't really apply here. So you look around. He has a handful of different specimens, just little skeletal things scattered around. None of them look particularly unusual. There's a large rat skeleton. There's a cat. What looks like a small dog. Various things along those lines. That size, what you would expect in this sort of an office. He has a wide selection of texts on the wall that reference various medical works and so forth along his field. There isn't really anything that really stands out. On his desk, he has a small stack of pamphlets, similar to the ones you guys already have seen with his current writing. And inside the desk, once the elf unlocks it, is a collection of notes and papers. Looks like some of his research.
All right, I'm gonna start scanning through that. See if there's any reference to.
Just pocket it. We can check it later.
Yeah, but then he'll know we were here.
Do I care? Do you care? I mean, that's okay. I gotta relock these things. That means.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna try to scan through it real quick, see if I can find
You
anything.
just read through it.
Glean any information.
Give me a lore medicine check again.
Okay.
I start searching things for secret compartments,
Okay.
I'm still.
starting at the desk.
Okay. You read through it.
Did that go blind again? That was weird.
That's fine. You got an impressive success.
Yay.
Yeah, you seem to appreciate and understand his writing. in his research, it feels almost rudimentary. Like it's, I mean, with your background, your training, this seems like something you would have done as a first-year student.
And this is his personal notes.
This is his personal notes, his research, and so forth. Now, to somebody untrained, it looks kind of impressive.
Right.
Okay, but he makes it's a collection of fairly dry, basic academic studies, files, etc. And as you're reading through it, you spot a number of fairly scientifically obvious mistakes or assumptions that are being made that fundamentally invalidate his research. Again, if you didn't know what you were looking for or you didn't understand the content, it all seems on the up and up.
So I'm starting to feel like this guy's a charlatan.
Okay.
Or just really dumb.
It's Warhammer.
Do you voice this?
Why not both?
All right. I say, well, it makes sense of what the Dr. Heish or Professor Heish was saying then, because she was basically saying the same thing. That he's a charlatan, he's a nobody, doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. I mean, he makes all sorts of strange claims that, well, this parasite that's causing this disease can only exist in cats, and like I said, it's a bunch of leaps of conclusion.
With
That-
nothing to back it up, yeah.
That, I mean, he has data that backs it up, but it's, well, if, and I don't know a great example of this, but it's like 3 or 4 things that have no relationship to each other, but if all 3 are true, then this other thing that's unrelated must be true too, type stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and again, not if you're not technical. I mean, the elf glances over at it. He glances over at it to them and says, "Well, it sort of makes sense." And you point out the flaws and say, "Well, no, what he says here doesn't have any basis in reality."
Yeah.
Okay. All of it seems to be very much focused on making cats out to be the villain in effect.
Maybe he's a rat.
Could be, or I mean, we don't have the dwarf here. We can't ask him.
All right.
Um,
And his overall scientific conclusion is that cats have to be removed in order to stop the disease.
take
Okay.
that with you.
The elf misses the door.
Take it with you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pocket this stuff.
Okay. I mean, he has it all collected in like a leather binder type thing. So, I mean, it's a bit big for you to pocket, but you can certainly take it with you.
It still provides no.
Okay. Give me perception checks for the 3 of you.
That's never a good sign.
The elf misses the door.
I heard
Blind,
that. I
blind,
heard that.
private, blind.
Doesn't matter.
He has faith.
Doesn't
in the
matter.
door.
I do not. I did not. Never said anything
That's all
remotely
really
close
good
to that.
rolls, okay. Outside, you hear the night watchman wandering by.
Sorry.
My initiative is like, by itself is like a 70 something.
He's got the initiative. He's got the willpower.
Yeah.
So outside in the hallway, you hear the night watchman wandering by. Just casually, doesn't seem to be aware that you guys are here. After a moment or two, he wanders on down the hallway without being aware of anything.
Yeah, try.
Alright.
Don't deny it.
When he's firmly out of sight, when this still doesn't provide any clues to who he was working with.
That's why I'm trying
Because
to.
at this point, we've kind of figured out that he was working with.
So-
right?
Okay, so here's the theory, right? So he's working for somebody else.
While they're discussing that, I'm still going to look for secret compartments.
Are we suspecting that somebody's paying him to falsify this kind of research
Yes.
because they don't want the real cure out there? Like he's intentionally being paid off to go down the wrong path.
Yeah, and this reeks of something Bright College would do.
I mean, why attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence?
I mean, don't you hate them anyways?
I hate all you mages. What are you talking about? You guys are all liars and cheats.
Hates them all equally.
Dr.
I mean,
Lonzaro. Lindworm.
That's a fair point. Let's.
That's a W, not a V.
It's also shown to be
I'm
a
gonna-
very bright spell.
I'm gonna sneak back out the room.
You pronounced it correctly the very first time, so I put a V down because W is V in German or whatever. And they would never pronounce that.
This is pseudo-German.
Lindworm.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to find the source of that smell.
You watch that guard and don't kill him. He's just an old man trying to make it.
The smell of soot.
Yeah.
It's coming from him.
Oh, it's 100% coming from him. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in a close
Oh
room. with him.
man,
It just
I wasted a sentence.
Why do you smell like? So you smell like soot, not sulfur.
Correct.
Okay. You stink. You need a bath, dude.
You've been climbing through. Why is he? I mean, no, never mind. I shouldn't even have to ask.
Maybe that's not really. Maybe he's blonde.
Maybe
The two
with
thieves get distracted in the middle of the heist.
like,
Hold him down!
Where'd you get the black to put in your hair?
he's just mom cleaning him.
Bend him over. I can't reach you.
That's bad.
No.
As soon as
Not
it came out
going
of
there.
my mouth, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh, that's awful."
Not going there again.
Again.
Okay, so what else would you guys like to do? That doesn't seem to be anything hidden or whatever. It looks like it seems to be just a normal college office. He has a handful of different awards from the
Anything that
college.
shows his address of where, like,
No.
nothing at all that shows where.
No,
he
no
was
personal information that you can find at all here.
I think I didn't find anything either.
Correct.
What about any cloaks or clothing here that have like a tag of this is where it was made, so we can go to that tailor?
No, everything that here looks like college robes, like a professor's robes. Everything. The only markings on anything is college related.
Is there anything of value here?
There's a couple of miscellaneous trinkets you might be able to get a couple of silver for.
Silver. Come on now.
Well, I have his little, whatever you would call this, manuscript.
How dare it?
We
Why
need to
is
get out
it?
of here.
Why is the desktop made out of gold?
I know. Yes, the desk is solid gold. You're welcome to try to take it.
I have a story to tell you about what
3,000
Sean did to our group
pounds.
one time, and I think he might have been there, but we were starving for money constantly in Rolemaster, and we finally found some this massive chest of tin.
Yep. I remember that.
10. And I don't remember how many thousands of coins it was, but it was only worth, all in all, it was like 4 gold.
But it was a lot of money for
But
them.
for us, yeah, we were like, how are we going to get this massive chest of tin out of here?
How are we gonna get fucking 3,000 pounds of fucking tin out of here?
I don't remember that. I would never do that.
His dad was a dick in high school.
So there was the adventurer. The adventurer just literally degraded into the entire group figuring out how to get this chest of tin out of the
I thought we
dungeon.
threw it in like a portal hole or something like
I
that.
don't know. It was horrible though.
Like a pocket dimension, and then whatever we needed, we just
And
reached in and grabbed a handful.
And then
Just threw 10 at people.
And then he got us again when we went to trade it in to get cash for the tin. He basically gave us, 60% value after we carded all this tin. We're like, what? It's coins. It has its value. Nope. Trade in. Taxi.
Yeah.
All right.
Tax season.
That's right.
It's that bullshit in video games where you buy a sword for 1,000 gold from the vendor. Oh shit, I gotta return this. I'm sorry. Here's 10 gold. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I bought it from you 5 seconds ago for
It's
1,000.
used now.
You broke the back. All right. I'm leaving. But
Can
I'm
I
like,
smell anything other than this? Soot?
You don't
Mineral
smell the
armpits.
soot.
Okay.
I mean, he has enhanced.
Is
enhanced.
there sulfur? Is there a sulfuric smell?
No. Nope. Nothing like that in this room.
I listen and try to catch where the night guard is.
He's wandered off down the hall.
This crazy old man.
Is there a window that leads out of here?
Sure.
How far down?
Third floor.
my leg.
No.
All right, let's go out there.
Maybe 25 feet, 30 feet or so down to the alleyway.
All right,
Man,
half
so
of goes
it's hard
first.
for you.
Yeah, let's say you might be able to drop.
And
I
then
can't.
it's only like 32 feet.
Right. And it's a soft landing. That's right.
I can make you sleep.
Just toss
Nope.
them out with a bunch of pills.
All right.
You guys done
Same
here?
way, yeah, same way we went out.
Okay.
Or when it came in, we go out.
You guys leave without much issue, and head back out. So meanwhile, the other two of you are heading off to the baiting pit. You find it in the. You have directions from the day. It's relatively easy to locate it. It's in down a side street, and as you guys are approaching the place, you hear a lot of shouting and yelling of people having a lot of fun, accompanied by the sounds of animal growls coming from inside the place. Okay. When you walk in, there's probably 50 or 60 people, all rough-looking worker types, men of the street type people, all arranged around a sunken pit in the center of the room. Drops down maybe 4 or 5 feet and is coated with a layer of sawdust and sand, within which are a couple of overly large animals currently fighting looks vaguely like a bulldog, but much more ornery, and about twice the size.
It's a big dog.
It's taking on 3 of these other dogs that are more normal size, and seems to be winning. And people all around are all focused on the fight, betting and drinking and so forth. You push your way through the crowd and at least head up to the bar, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's a older lady, scraggly hair, looks out at you guys, says, "What are you guys drinking?"
Strong stuff.
Strong stuff.
Oh, whatever he's having. You gotta keep up.
Hair of the dog, got it. Pours you a couple of drinks.
So my basic goal is to just like blend in and
Okay.
like ask, like try to figure out like, okay, who's a rat
The
catcher?
statue just said something.
Okay. And are you wearing your armor and everything
Yeah.
else? Okay. So yeah, you're not really blending
Wow,
in.
okay. But, I mean, everyone's focused.
Everybody's
with betting. and
Absolutely,
stuff like that,
everybody's
so.
focused on the things. Nobody seems to really care that there's a iron breaker here. At the same point, blending in for you isn't really possible with the crowd.
It's
I
like
am blending
Friedrich
in.
trying to
I am
blend in.
I am blending in my own way.
Okay.
Hammer.
You believe you are blending in well, given your
Yes.
high stealth skill.
Exactly.
We're drawing camera.
Okay. You, however, are easily able to blend in
Yeah.
because you're much more in tune to this.
Normal.
A shark hammer.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a gossip roll for the two of you.
Gossip.
Consuming alcohol?
I'm doomed,
What did he say to
damn.
us?
I most definitely do.
Minus
a 7.
I got a 90. We both got 90s.
Your prediction might have been right,
Oh
man.
my god.
I love how you're only 1 point better than me too.
Oh, the two expert,
Sweet
the
Jesus.
two expert talkers
Man, I should have gone with you guys.
go interact with the crowd.
Gossip.
man.
I like to gossip.
Okay, then give me an alcohol tolerance
Yes.
as you proceed to spend the next couple of hours attempting to talk to people
This
who
one.
apparently
this
want to have
one.
nothing to do with you.
This one we got, dude.
Yeah, we got.
By the end of it,
I
we
don't
just
know.
talked
Jesus.
to each other.
Oh, that was a pretty bad.
I still
roll.
failed. With a 57, I still failed.
Failure.
Oh no!
Oh,
I failed.
That was
Jesus.
drunk in Berlin.
You guys got sloppy drunk. Like just
No.
literally
I
talking
failed
to
by
each other
once.
the
I'm
whole
not
time.
like that
Okay,
bad off.
so we'll fast forward a little bit. So, several hours later, you guys return to the Old Ale Inn.
Do we?
Yes,
Okay, I thought it was going to be going where they are.
I understand. You guys head back there to figure out what's going on. Okay,
I want to reroll that.
you're gonna use a hero point.
Oh, come on.
Come on, we can be.
It's a fortune point
We have
for
to do
my
an
dwarven.
entertain roll next, George, where we just sing the whole time.
I'm
He's
Don't-
okay.
don't reroll it.
horrifically
I'm
failing
writing
to
this
haggle.
down.
It's the consume alcohol.
Oh, yeah,
he cares
yeah.
about. Can't have his dwarven reputation.
Nope.
Oh, it's so fast. Oh,
There you go.
He was
One
even.
point.
Okay,
it's a good
So,
thing I spent that
you
point
guys
on
return
the
to
consume
the
alcohol
Old Ale Inn. You find Ben there waiting, having gone to the museum.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys share information, update
Sure.
each other, etc. He's sitting there trying to write some notes, but he's a road warden. I don't know if he can read and write. And
Documents.
what's that?
You can't read and write at all.
Anyways, and then you guys are heading to the baiting pit as well.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
assume, yeah.
Okay, are you going with them or you staying here?
We're gonna go
How
find
about
the
you?
master.
Ben?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so all four of you head over there. Without much difficulty, you guys wander in. From a distance, you can hear shouts of shouting and excitement and so forth. Although it's still getting pretty late, the occasional animal barking and noises and so forth, and a particularly loud dwarf singing at the top of his lungs on top of it. Okay, you wander in, and most of the crowd seems to be focused on the fight, but there's a small crowd over on the side who's having a grand old time with his character, Ozzy, who apparently has like half a dozen tankards next to him and is just drinking heavily. The dwarf is having fun, and the people around him seem to be joining in, having some fun as well, but they're not getting anything useful. The dwarf seems completely normal.
I am trained in singing.
Okay, so he's
So
singing.
I do have.
He's
I do
singing
have that.
dwarven ballads as Oswald dances on a table.
That's right.
Well, it's like ancestral song.
Have you
It's
ever
not
seen
that,
that
it's like,
movie? Come on now.
Yeah, I actually love that song.
It's just Mongolian throat singing.
you see dwarf.
And we'll
Dwarven
drink,
metal.
drink, and then we'll drink some more. We'll drink some more before we stop. Hit an awful lot. Raise your axes up.
So, what do you guys wish to do?
I do have it. It's my dwarven drinking song.
You
And make sure to write all that down for the summary.
okay, you guys have both gone through, we'll say 5 bronze.
Oh, it is.
I'm gonna take a look.
Just be careful because there's eyes around here. That
There
touch things
is
like that.
a large animal in the middle. Like I said, it looks like an oversized pit bull or bulldog.
You didn't bring yours.
Maybe the size of a
You know,
small
they'll put it in
pony.
the pit. They'll put it in the pit.
It
You
has
don't
a
have
few
choice.
scratches on it,
Stab
and
him,
its mouth
motherfucker.
and chin is covered with blood, but doesn't appear to be its own. In the pit, there is currently 1 dead hunting dog, and 2 others currently fighting it.
You better get your dog.
Yeah, don't make the dumb decision.
I take my dog and I leave.
Okay.
Can I make a no?
Is there- Is there like a kennel or something that they're keeping these dogs in?
There's some gates underneath it
Mm-hmm.
where they're keeping them down below.
I'm gonna go down in that area.
You don't see any way to go down there unless you want to jump in the pit.
No,
That
but
probably
there's
wouldn't be good.
got to be a way to get dogs in there from the outside.
Well, sure. It's not like they're here recruiting, though.
I want to take care of the dogs.
Okay.
Those.
You don't see an easy way to get down to the basement to where the dogs are being kept.
Can I make a
I
Lord
started looking.
Mindenheim check to see if I can identify if this is like a reigning champion dog or something like that?
Sure. If you have a lore skill of the region or
Mindenheim?
location, yeah, I'm
Oh,
fine with
dude.
Mindenheim or
But,
any other
You
lore
recall
skills.
knowledge about him last time.
yeah,
You remember the
Hail,
Yeah.
hail
Because
by
it was
one.
success.
Okay.
that's right. I did. Yeah.
You don't know who or what this dog is, but you recognize the breed. A common one in the north. It's called a hobhound. From its apparent ancestry with hobgoblins.
Puppy.
Can I attempt a gossip check to see if I get any
If you
info
want
on
to
this?
spend some time here carousing and drinking and so forth, absolutely.
Never mind.
The dwarf and the bounty hunter seem to be having a great fun.
Join us!
They bound to have gotten a lot of information.
We need to investigate more often.
We are the best investigators.
They do not appear to be gambling, to my knowledge.
We're gonna start our own.
They just seem to be drinking heavily. Now
No, not them. Just the crowd. Is it?
yes.
Okay, then
He stated that right at the beginning.
can I use intuit? I wasn't here as I'm about to.
Firewind
Can I use an
investigator.
intuition check to
You
see
should know
the
this.
odds of the
Pay attention.
The Firewind
two
investigator.
smaller dogs
You
beating?
come and drink all your ale, then
Looks like roughly 50-50.
Please don't anybody start a fight.
throw somebody into the pit.
All right, I'm
Who's taking?
going to look around for somebody who's got a rat catching pole.
There's a few in the room.
All right, and I'm going to start working my way towards any of those that may have a crossbow on. Because I don't think crossbow's common for rat catchers.
No, not really.
Who's taking?
Mind if I join you?
Who's taking the bets?
Someone's got to help me talk to these people because
There's
I'll
a
beat you this
bookie
bit.
over by the bar who seems to be collecting bets and everything. They're currently closed for the current match, but they'll as soon as this dog finishes off the other two, they'll probably have another round.
Got it.
I'm going to join that.
I'll wait.
When I
and-
see him start heading off to the rat catcher, I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
I'll wait and watch to try to study how the dog fights.
Okay. With its teeth,
Well, is it like super heavily strong or is it fast? Stuff like that.
it's pretty fast. It's very strong. And give me a perception roll.
I ask if certain breeds are naturally faster than others. Some are more agile, stuff like that.
Damn, you finished off 2 bottles already? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's all playing.
Do you have animal lore?
I have local lore.
Okay.
Or I'm inland.
Okay. So
But that's the closest I can.
okay, so I won't confirm any theories as far as animal abilities and so forth. But the one thing you do notice as you watch the fight in detail, everybody seems to be cheering it on. You notice some of the wounds, some of the older ones, don't exist after 15 minutes or so.
No, then.
Real quick, could I have spent that 25 experience points that I got from my thing, or does that have to wait till the end of this
I
session?
don't care.
Can I-
Now it's fine.
Can I check for magic?
There's no visible magic.
Now.
Okay.
Seems to be a natural
point
talent
that
this breed has.
Yeah, I've got it. Not for me.
to talk to people.
Generate dog.
Okay. Then, yeah, I will not be betting on that creature.
I'm good at it. It's
Um,
not that good.
I'm not able to increase any of that yet.
Nah,
Okay.
I'll wait.
Okay. So you were heading to try to find the guy.
Before I did that, I asked him, and he said I wasn't sure, but he had done a critical success on knowing this rat catcher specifically back when we asked him, hey, have you ever heard of this guy?
Okay.
That was
Before-
last session.
Yeah, before I left, he
Yeah, you-
stopped me to ask me about it, and I was like, "Oh shit, I better go find this guy." With
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You
So-
you know the guy and have had dealings with him. He's a fairly competent
Mhm.
rat catcher, fairly successful, known for his over eagerness when it comes to gambling.
Right, I remember you saying that, and my point is, I was leaving, and he stopped me and said, "Hey, look, I need you to help me find this rat
Yeah.
catcher." So
Yeah.
I changed my plans based upon him
Yeah,
grabbing.
you look around the room, and without much difficulty, you spot him at the far edge of the pit.
Yeah.
He has a partial drink in his hands. He's yelling and screaming at the fight.
Does he have his
Um,
dog with him?
No, he doesn't have a dog. Not with him.
Okay.
And as you guys are working your way across, the fight comes to an end. The big dog having taken out the other two. It sits there just sort of stomping around the pit, growling at the crowd and barking and everything.
Mhm.
You see Piet slump down in his chair, finish off his drink, and count through a small number of coins he has left.
So, do you know what his favorite drink would be?
Do I know what his favorite drink
Sure.
is? Yeah, it's
All right, we'll try to get one of his favorite drink walking towards him.
Dragon Ball
Go ahead.
Green.
I hand it to you,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to do the talking.
No problem.
Okay.
I'll
act
walk
like
up,
you're-
I'll pat him on the shoulder. Ah, tough break.
He looks at you a moment through glossy eyes.
Did you really bet against that monster?
Is that you, Tolman?
Yeah.
I thought you got eaten by rats.
No, I retired. I moved on to better things. Now I stitch people up.
That's a waste.
Yeah,
You were
pays
so
pretty
good
well.
getting into small places.
Yeah, that's true. I still get into small places.
You still got that better half with you?
Hmm?
Still got that better half with you?
Yeah, he's right here.
I thought you didn't have it with you.
No,
He went to leave.
I went to
okay,
leave and he
okay,
stopped me
okay.
and convinced me I needed to stay, and I'm like, all right.
Okay.
But I've got my
Yeah,
a
you're
hold
holding
of
on
my
to it.
dog.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So no, he's right here.
Oh, excellent, Biscuit. I miss you more than this guy.
Yeah, that's what everybody
Yeah,
says.
this play, it's rigged, I'll tell you. I have bet nonstop. I've lost the last three in a row.
Have you been betting against that thing this whole time?
Well, yeah, it's bound to lose. Look at all those cuts it has.
Does it still have any cuts on it?
Yeah, it's covered in blood.
Yeah, but okay.
I know
I understand that, but even a casual observer would be like, "That dog's not hurt anymore."
No, it's not. Is the point? It's not. It doesn't regenerate as far as what we would normally consider like a magical regeneration ability. It's not a troll.
Okay.
Okay, it still has lots of cuts and it's covered in blood. A large portion of it happens to be the dog's that's just chewed up.
Yeah. Okay.
they're stealing.
But from
It's
the
just healing really fast.
it's healing fast. From the crowd's perspective, it can be taken out. They just haven't found the right dog yet.
Biscuit.
Yes.
No.
Brisket for the
No.
biscuit.
No.
I
That's good.
I look at Brit Biscuit and all I can picture is Ambrosius from.
Yes.
Ambrosius, get
Bill
over
Ham-
here.
Bill Ham- Yes.
No, my dog's a little more attractive than that.
That was a cute dog, just a chicken.
Hey, I found another dog.
All right, so what? Are there any more fights tonight, or is it not done? It looks like it's done.
Oh yeah, there'll be another one.
Can't believe I
I pull out a silver.
Okay.
I put it down on the table. This time, bet on the dog.
Depending on what he fights.
He looks at the silver and his eyes light up a little bit and says, "Okay, if you're sure."
Well, it depends on what he's going to fight. Wait, we haven't seen his opponent yet. They might bring in a bear for all we know.
And we got a newcomer to the ring.
Too drunk.
He's a
for
shield.
We don't know. So,
One time he bets for the dog that said at the dwarf.
you know,
The dwarf stumbles full armor smashes the dog.
I've heard stories that there's rats big enough to fight that thing. Have you ever seen any that big?
Yeah.
Oh no, that dog ripped rats to pieces. Most of these rat catcher dogs would.
So you've never seen any with heads that are like this big?
No, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Somebody told me. I think it was you that told me the stories of that.
Yeah.
I gotta go put the bet though. They're gonna start the next fight.
Hey, come back. I'll buy you a drink.
Okay, so
Another drink. You got one right here.
that's empty.
They're rat catchers. I'm 6'7", so I'm going to stand up when he gets up and just casually try to watch to see if he does go place a bet.
Yeah. He hurries right over to the bookie, gives him the silver, points it. You can see him pointing and gesturing at the pit. The bookie seems like he's hesitating and arguing somewhat with him, and he pauses a moment and waves at the two of you, and then pushes the silver into the guy's hand, and without waiting for a response, turns and runs back to the table.
What odds did you get?
It's 1-1.
What's he fighting?
Well, I don't know. You
I
said
look
bet,
for him.
You said bet on him. He's still
I
bet.
didn't say.
I'm doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
I look for both of them.
He's watching.
The dog in there is called
It's going to be a bear. They're going to put a freaking bear out there. That thing can't take a bear.
Well, no, that's not how it works.
The dog in there is called
Brutus down there, he takes on whoever shows up next.
The dog's name is
So you just bring in whatever people can just volunteer.
Well, I mean, we don't really get a whole lot of volunteers, but there's plenty of strays around town.
Dogs
Got
and
it.
cats don't have kids.
Next, 100 cats.
Who was on?
What's the,
Bet by
is
1,000
it
cuts.
real battles?
I don't know.
Or something
I
like
just
that.
take the
You know,
bet.
unicorn.
Okay.
50-50. Either Brutus goes down or he takes on whoever comes in.
I like the ones where it's all
asking this guy for one of those
10,000
crossbow
ponies
bolts.
versus one
It
space
wouldn't
bird.
help us because
It's just a crossbow bolt. I mean, you know there was a crossbow bolt found there. You're trying to find out who was that. Now, he obviously has a crossbow. I mean, he has his gear, his rat catching stuff. He left it on the table when he went to place the bet.
right, but we know that he left it on the table.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
So
With his good friend Tolman.
and you said he had gear. Was there anything that could have been holding a parchment or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a pole that has a couple of hooks on it, like large fishing hook type things.
Right.
I grab one of his bolts
Okay.
and just
Want me to take it to the dwarf?
Sure.
Be careful sitting here and watch your dog. Yell for us if you need us.
Where are you going? Wait, where are you going?
To the dwarf.
Oh, I thought later.
No,
Don't
right.
leave me here. Are you nuts?
I'm here.
You'll be. Yeah. See, I didn't even know he was here.
I'm like, whoa.
The road warden's sneaky too.
I do have a okay.
One of the guys at the next table leans over and says, "That dog going to fight next?"
No,
I do have a 43 stealth
That's probably good. That dog looks kind of weak.
I agree.
with 0 advances.
Okay.
I'll place 5 silver on Brutus.
Okay. Let's place 5 silver on Brutus.
I'm not betting.
Okay.
They didn't learn from the last time that they bet and lost all that money. I think it's hilarious.
I don't have anything to
You
bet.
notice the halfling didn't fork up any money.
Mark off the 5 silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a prime.
5 silver is gone. I will gain 10 silver.
Correct.
I
If you
don't
win, you get
have
10 silver.
anything
If not,
to
they kick
bet.
you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Or put you in the pit. Your choice.
So, yeah.
Winds of magic!
The whole place goes black. Wait a minute.
Brutus, fight!
I don't have offensive spells.
Oh, you're
That's
dead.
when you would create your shade.
I don't know if he'd have enough time.
No.
The dog suddenly has sunglasses on. Like,
You act like the fear one's gonna do it.
Anyway, so like I said, he comes back over. You started taking one of the arrows over to the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he wanders over. You finish the next beer and take a look at it. Yeah, looks like it has the same mark.
Say, Mark.
All right.
Elf!
This guy's drunk as hell.
Cartwheels!
Well,
I'm
you
not-
gotta
I'm
get
not
him out
doing-
here.
Please tell me you're wearing a kilt.
Yeah, I'm not doing successful cartwheels. Like, I'm missing every
Passes
time
every
slamming
day.
into stuff.
Do
Hey,
what?
we got comedian.
So, what do you do with your rats? It wasn't very profitable for
Just had to
me
grow a
because
tolerance.
nobody was buying rats. Nowadays, though, I bet you're so busy because all
So
the
he can
cats are
spend his
gone.
XP
The
on
rats have
proper
got to be
skills.
going nuts.
Well, there hasn't been much call for rats. I mean, if you recall, our business model is all about clearing out the rats.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the merchants, the people that everything pay us to get rid of the rats that are in their basements.
Right.
Like you said, that hasn't really been all that profitable because everyone wants to remove their cats these days. But it was a week or so ago. There were these guys came up to me and they said they pay me for me if I could get a couple of those giant ones.
Where'd you get those at?
Well, the sewer only
Yeah.
takes 15, 20 minutes.
Who was it?
Yeah, but what part of the city?
Who do we got to see to get paid for that?
You gotta be a
No.
rat catcher. Gotta be qualified, sir.
I gave up my license. I'm just curious because I don't remember seeing any giant rats that size.
What size?
Oh, shit.
This big.
Well, like I saw the homunculus rats. They were huge. Did you see those? They were
What?
like this big.
The monkey rats?
Monkey rats. Yes, the monkey rats. I figured you were the one that caught them. You're the only one I know who has a skill that could do it.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
No.
There were a couple of guys a week or two ago that came and said they wanted some giant rats for something. So I mean, it only took me an hour or two. They're giant rats all around down the basements here.
Oh,
the
man, it
sewers
must
and
have gotten
everything.
bad since I retired.
Well, yeah, and not very many rat catchers. Plenty of cat catchers.
Yeah. Who were these guys?
I don't know. Just a couple of blokes. They said get me a couple of giant rats.
What they look
I
like?
figured they came from the college.
Yeah, so they look like they were from the college. Did they have robes on and whatnot?
Well, I assume they were.
Why? What's the
Who else wants giant rats?
Oh God. I'm pretty sure they're feeding people rat pies.
Okay.
That's not uncommon.
Where do you take the
I
ass?
understand that.
That
I'm
sounds
a halfling.
Alright,
I think that's fucking disgusting.
Okay.
that sounds
But you
kind of
don't- but
tasty
you
with the
don't
right
cook.
spicing and cooking techniques.
I mean, it is a protein.
You
so
don't cook.
I can still be a lover of food.
He was
Where
in the
did you
booth.
take him to?
He still has to smell the
Where did you
food.
take him to?
Yeah, where did you take these rats to? Did you meet them somewhere? I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of down on my luck. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about getting back into it. If
I know you look like you're doing pretty good with that apron and everything. That knife you got, that looks pretty sharp.
I've had to wash this thing 3 times today.
Okay. Well,
When I
there's
was
a
a
lot-
rat catcher, I
there's
only
a lot
had to
of
do
sick
that
people.
once.
His knife is not out in the open where it can be seen, is it?
Not it's on my side.
Yeah.
No,
Bejeweled
I
knife.
did tell you that because it was bejeweled and everything, that I hid it underneath my clothing because I
Okay.
don't want people fucking ganking it from me.
Okay.
Which would probably be better for me in the long run, but
Possibly.
yeah.
You suddenly get like an itching feeling in the back of your head.
You need to read the series Wheel of Time. Is all I'm
I
gonna tell
have a long time ago
you.
though.
Oh my
No,
god.
from
Let me rephrase that. I read the first like 8,000 fucking pages of that series.
I tried reading the first book too. I got about halfway and said, "No, I can't do this."
I've read the entire series like 5 times now, and I can tell you the whole reason why I was like, I'm not keeping this dagger and I'm not using it is because of that book series.
So anyway, no,
I read the first 7 books, I think.
Oh, yeah, then you got
according to
that.
him, he was hired by a couple guys a week or 2 ago to go get him some giant rat heads.
Just yeah, but you don't remember what these guys look like. You said it from the university. Were they both human?
Yeah,
Oh man.
most everybody in this town is.
Is this guy human?
Can you set us? Can you set us up with these guys? Do you know how to contact them?
Look at the bow in that guy.
No, they're just
Money.
they were just people.
Just people.
Make sure my bow's still there.
That would be fucking glorious.
I've got a second one on the drunk idiot over there. Or did you leave it in the room?
Oh no, it's still. I mean,
It's
it's
laying on the
it's,
table.
It's rolling around. Yep.
If I see that, I'm like, oh, just a minute.
He can't do somersaults with his bow.
Oh my god.
Every once in a while, I'll stop and be like, "I'm a guitar hero."
That's
You've lived with me for too long.
It's his now. It's our human.
no. God. What's wrong with you?
Play like a fiddle with my sword.
Anyways, the next fight starts up.
Yeah,
He turns his attention to that predominantly.
I spent a lot of money on this boat.
What creature is it?
never gave me that,
It
though.
is a boar.
Uh-oh.
It might be able to
Boring.
I upped it to
say
you.
it. Ah!
So it comes out, starts fighting. Pretty much charges the hobhound almost immediately, and the two of them get into a fairly vicious-looking fight, biting, clawing, tusking, etc. And it goes on for several minutes. Roll a single dice. Odd, the hobhound wins.
Oh, god damn it.
It's your 50-50.
All I can imagine is
It's
like
a
the
50.
You're the only one that wanted to
and
bet.
the board and massive pile of dust, like dust
Odd.
cloud.
Okay. Hobhound comes out at the end
All I
victorious.
can imagine.
Hobbles away a little bit. Its left front leg is like twisted at a weird angle. The boar is on the ground. Its belly ripped open. And it's still like struggling to stand and everything. The hobhound just wanders over to the side, sits down, and with a loud hoof, looks at the crowd. So
Keep an eye on its wound. Is it like righting itself?
it's licking its paw at this point.
Tip the dog.
So, are there animal handlers?
No,
Oh,
as soon as the fight is done, the crowd pretty much just turns back to their drink and talk.
Right. I'm going to watch the 2 animals, and I want to see who manages
Okay.
taking care of them.
So the boar manages to last maybe another 30 to 45 seconds or so before it bleeds out and collapses.
Unfortunately.
And just doesn't do much of anything at that point. After a little bit, you see somebody down below open up the gate.
Mhm.
The hobhound wanders over there, walks through it, leaves the field. According to the bar, that's pretty much the last fight for the night.
Mhm.
So I mean, people can still drink and bet and do whatever they want, but otherwise there's not going to be any more fights tonight.
Let's make sure he gets his money and they don't fuck him out of his money.
Oh yeah, as soon as the fight's done, he gets really excited, runs over there, gets his winnings,
Mhm.
And turns almost immediately to the bartender and orders a whole bunch of drinks, and then comes back to the table and passes out drinks to all of you
Okay.
and himself.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for the silverback.
One for you,
Fuck,
one
wait.
for me. One for you, one for me.
Go ahead and give me
Bad form.
go ahead and give me an alcohol tolerance for the 2 of you. 3 of you.
Good.
That'd be just rude. You got to drink with me. We won, man. That's what the whole point of this is.
Oh, well, that did not go well.
I'm going to try to sleight of hand, and I do have fast hands.
Okay.
Yoinked his money.
No. Dumping out the liquor. Where's it at? You can move your hands with such surprising dexterity. Bystanders get no
Oh my
passive perception test to
gosh.
spot your use
You
of
and I
sleight
are
of hand.
twisted.
Instead, they only get to
Come
oppose
join
your
me
sleight
in
of
the
hand test
cartwheel.
if they actively suspect you are
Ever seen
looking
a
at
Okay, so
magic
you're going to use sleight of
cartwheel?
hands and spill the drinks out.
them. Like, oh, hey.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's relatively inebriated too, so he doesn't really care
You
or
want
pay
to
attention.
dog cartwheel?
The two of you are hit fairly solidly by the strong alcohol. The dwarf's still doing just fine. He's just drinking left and right, not having a problem.
You're ridiculous.
Um,
Both your characters are ridiculous.
So, at end of the night, I mean, he's according to him, he's broke even, at least for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You get the distinct impression that he is down on his luck. I mean, he's talking a big game about it being a rat catcher, but as you know, it's not really a glamorous life.
No, it's very poor life.
Yeah. So he's as the night winds on, he finishes off what drinks are there and everything, and then says he's heading home.
You're too nice of a person.
Me? Yeah.
You need an escort to make sure you make it back safely.
Yeah, we can walk you back.
It's only a couple blocks.
Yeah, but that's a lot of earnings. You make
What's that
tonight.
town are we on?
He spent almost all of it.
If anyone's gonna get shanked, it's
Where
gonna
are
be
we in the town right
I
now?
still want to know.
You guys are in the alt quarter, the old
I wanna
quarter.
visit him.
Or on the
When he's
west
sober.
side?
It's in the southeastern
Now's a
section,
good time.
somewhere around there.
He's
You
not
go
gonna
home
be
and
sober.
pass out,
Trying
and
to
you won't know
gather
we're there.
when the actual games
I don't want to
typically
sleep at his
start.
house.
They start at
I'm not saying
sunset
sleep at
each
his
night.
house. I'm just saying, if you want to go rummage
Well,
through
go
his place,
ahead
let's do it
and-
now.
I don't
Hop
doubt
back on my horse and head back to the old inn and
Oh, you
Okay.
just want to
get
ask
there
more
before
questions?
closing
It's
time.
only 30
I
minutes or
want to
so
know
away.
where these guys
It's
are.
still
We
it's
had to
not
meet
super
them
late.
somewhere. He's so
It's
drunk.
maybe midnight, 1 o'clock
Yeah,
or so.
but then all the thieves start coming out, and
They're
Things
already
come
here.
out at
Yeah.
night.
The thieves go
Thieves
in.
go out.
The thieves go in. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. I'm
Okay.
gonna rebel rouse with him and
It's a
keep him
great
going.
song,
Since
Okay.
I'm already
It's called The
drunk.
Freaks.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna keep plying him for information
Okay.
about those two guys.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I just came out and
Give me a charm roll. And what are the rest of you guys doing? He's going with the rat catcher.
Did they come? Did you guys come tell us that you were leaving?
I am trying to make sure the drunk members of our group make it out alive.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Did you drink too?
I have
Where
no
the
what
hell
you're
are you?
doing.
He keeps disappearing in the shadows.
All right. I just removed that bowl from my inventory, you guys.
I'm probably going to be trying to hand it back to you at some point because right now I'm encumbered.
Hey, Matt.
Encumbered.
What's that?
Dwarf doesn't understand that word.
Want to come with me back to the old inn then?
That's where I'm going.
That's,
Yep.
that's my meaning of life.
Probably keep up with me and my horse.
What's this encumbered word mean?
Wait, people slow down from weight?
Yeah. Aren't they just naturally slow?
How weak are you people?
Can't even hold
He
a
takes
bow.
off his armor. He's like Quicksilver. Everything's just
As soon as he takes his armor off, he goes faster than an elf.
right.
His little legs just.
No, I'm gonna the elf bow.
So we're all
Okay, so you're going to make sure the rest of the group gets back to the inn?
Yes.
Okay. So you escort them. You escort Piet down the road. He leads you a couple of blocks, and then pauses next to an alleyway and says, "Thanks for walking me home." Steps into the alleyway and lays down next to a trash bin.
No, man. No. Come on. Come on.
What? This is my home.
I've got a room rented. Come on.
He pulls a pole up from behind the trash bin and everything. Says,
Nope.
I got my stuff here.
No. Come on. Come with me.
Okay.
And I walk him back to our.
You can take him to Old L Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. You really moved up.
He's picking up pets everywhere.
When he gets there, like, you didn't move up. It's somebody else paying for his way.
Yeah, me.
This place is fancy.
Yes, I
He did.
rented all these rooms.
Yeah, he's rented hasn't he rented like 3 rooms at this point?
No, it's one room
No.
with 8 people
First
can
of all,
fit.
No.
Yes.
No, I spent a small fortune on a feast.
Yeah, he didn't buy
This
rooms.
place is
I
fancy.
bought all the
It's got
rooms.
an actual door.
Oh, it's even better. There's a bath. There's food. It's warm. Come
There's
on.
a bed.
There's a bed.
There's
Yeah.
a floor.
I made of stone though.
I know, it's kind of sad, ain't it?
I was thinking of college.
Okay.
We're systematically bringing in rocks every time we come in, sending down the two of us. Just to,
It's like a reverse Shawshank.
yeah.
Okay, so you're going to get him cleaned up, feed him, and give him a room. Okay. Well, he seems. I mean, other than the alcohol in him, he seems very grateful. And so forth. He eats a fair bit of food, throws up, and then eats quite a bit more.
I can appreciate that.
Gets a bath, and so forth.
I tip the people that are dealing with him.
Tip Tolman?
No. He's fun feeding him and having to clean up the puke.
I'm not cleaning up vomit.
Okay.
Whoever has to
He's
deal
sitting.
with
He's sitting in the main room at one of the tables and everything.
Whoever has to deal with all of that, I go straight to the bartender, whoever it is. I would
Okay.
be like, listen, I apologize.
Yeah.
Slide him 3 silver.
He seems a little annoyed. This is not his typical clientele. But as long as the fees are being paid, he doesn't really care.
Isn't this like the,
No, he doesn't normally give a room to the beggars.
isn't this like the end of the first week that I paid for?
The room's already paid for, and you have up
Yes.
to 8 people in that room.
Yes, I paid it for a week.
Correct. You have at least several more days.
7 more days.
Yes.
It's been like 2 days.
Okay. And so, anything else you guys want to do tonight? Or get some good night's sleep and sleep it off?
Sleep.
Okay. So, next morning, you guys get up. He's still there. He's passed out, asleep, snoring heavily. What do you guys want to do in the morning?
How do you drop an item out of your equipment list but still want to show it there?
Sleep. I don't know. Physically sleep.
You're going to sleep more? Okay.
I'm gonna sleep until where I'm not.
Okay. So you guys
make
sleep
it
in a bit the
0.
following day. It's a Saturday anyway, so it's natural to sleep in. So.
So what leads
Or I
do we
just
have?
store to operate it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take the sleep schedule or
Nighttime?
Ryder,
Okay.
nighttime.
I wonder if
Somebody
make-
paid him for
allow
those
me to
rats.
make it 0.
You got
McGee.
somebody paid him for those rats. We can find out who that person is.
Yeah, Piet eventually wakes up, seems far more alert and coherent and almost healthy at this point, especially in normal light, and seems much more coherent. Thanks you profusely for the food and
Don't let him
everything.
leave.
What's that?
Don't let him leave.
Well, yeah, he's not looking to leave. He's going over to the table to get some breakfast, get some food and everything. While he's there, talking and everything, he starts commenting. You guys were asking about those guys that hired him.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, I don't know who they were, but one had dark curly hair. The other one had like a dark brown hair. They were maybe like 6 foot and 5'8". He gives you a fairly detailed description of the two, which sounds remarkably like the 2 assistants of Professor H.
Oh, money.
Did they come to your alley? To your home? Did they come to you, or did you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a skilled rat catcher, so they of course heard of me.
Sure.
They can't.
You're one of the most famous in the city.
Yeah, they found me and said, hey, they need some giant rats for some sort of study or
Put
whatever.
on the show.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I mean, they paid me a couple of brass. That's more than my normal fee. So
Okay.
afternoon's worth of work down in the sewers, relatively safe. Got a couple of rats. They only wanted 2 though.
They only wanted 2.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you catch them both with bolts?
No, I killed like 4 of them.
Did you give them 4?
Well, yeah, like I said, they only wanted 2.
Okay.
Sold the other 2 to that butcher down the street.
Okay. I make a little ledger,
Okay.
or a little, kind of like a witness statement, right?
Okay.
Pick up some parchment. You're gonna just write down basically his description and everything.
Do you have any parchment? Parchment's pretty expensive.
Take
I have
up
a
no
book.
more than half of my journal. You can use your book.
No, I'm not using my medical book.
Okay, I bring up I'm in my journal.
I mean, normally it wouldn't be an issue, but parchment in
Yeah.
the game is
Sean,
fairly
I'm
expensive.
already doing that.
Okay.
I have my journal out with my.
Oh,
ink
if
and
I
my-
see him already
Okay,
making notes,
and that's fine.
I want to have something we can give to dipshit
Yeah.
law guy. So
I think
That's
we
not
should
very
go
nice
talk
to call
those
Dad.
assistants
I-
one
I
more
put-
time.
That's wrong, but HASHE.
I like to do what I do.
all right, brother. I'm gonna. How much would a room in this place cost with food and everything for a week?
Private room?
Not a private room, a common room. He can just someplace not on the street.
Well, I mean, it'd be fairly high end for him. This is like a middle class place.
Yeah.
Versus where he's used to living in a low quality, low class.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben, how much did I charge you for the week?
And it was more than 1 silver.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was 7.
yeah, about 7.
I don't want to spend that much, but
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll take him back towards his side of town. We're good with him, right? I'm gonna take him back.
Yep, as long as we didn't. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I'll take him back over to his side of town.
Crap! I lost one of my arrows. Those things
Bolts?
Yeah, my bolts.
But we got one for you.
Okay.
We've got spare bolts. We'll give you one.
Okay.
It must be in my hand because I showed it to him and walked back to the table. I thought I gave it to you, but apparently not. Here you go. Well, here
He
it
was drinking a lot at the time.
Let's walk back to town, get some fresh air, some sun, and I'll stop by to a place nearby where he normally lives,
Okay.
and I will.
You can get a moderate, a middle class tavern or
Right.
a room or whatever, for him for. A private one would be 1 silver a week.
Okay.
You can go a little bit cheaper than that if you want. If you want to do it in the low quality areas, you can get cheaper, but it's really not much better than living on the street.
I'll pay the 1 silver a week, and
Okay.
I don't think we'll need it.
can I?
That'll give him a logic. If you want to pay for food, then make it 2 silver.
Okay, I'll set him up for a month. So eight silver.
I can't let you do that, man. That's too much.
You were part of what got me into
We're doing it as a protection thing as well. Come on now. You,
Am I in
staying
danger?
in an out. You always are for staying in an alley. Trust me.
I've made 43 years that way.
43 years.
God
We
damn,
may
he's
call
old.
upon you for your rat killing services at some point.
He might not even last
I
a
don't
month.
look a day over 45.
He might not even last a month.
I feel like if we keep him in good health, we can use you at some point if we need help getting through the sewers or finding more of those monkey rats.
Yeah, I'm a much better rat catcher than that Franz.
Right? What a garbage
He
guy
is.
Franz
He is.
Oh, God, I hate him.
That guy would never go away.
No, I hear he's everywhere, man.
Yep. It's everywhere. That was bad. I don't know where in my 30-year subconscious that just popped out of, but
Oh, okay. I will set him up.
Okay. Just
All right.
sure.
With the idea that he stays here, right? Doesn't cash out the money, nothing like that. I will pay for him up front.
Okay, you pay the innkeeper for it.
I pay the innkeeper, but
Okay.
I want him to keep working and whatnot. It just
Well, yeah, he's not going to stop being a rat catcher. He's going to still work.
he can sit on his ass for a month if he really wanted to because I just paid for his lodging and his food. But
Yeah, but there's rats here too.
look, just wondering.
Hey, I'm gonna tell the if I'm there with him, I'm gonna tell the bartender, and I look right at this guy and be like, "You're not to drink while you're here. You're not to disgrace this place with puking everywhere."
Yeah,
I don't do that. I hold my liquor.
No, you don't.
Sure I do.
No more.
Halfway covered in puke right now.
Well, the food that I paid for will not pay for his drinks. So
Okay.
So rats are poor.
that's right. He won't have enough money to get that drunk.
He seems
That's
to
what
be
you
able to
think.
do it. Yeah.
Why? He made a healthy 5 silver last night off of that.
2.
Two.
Oh,
He
that's
made
right. It
5
was 1 to
silver.
1. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
He got 10.
All right. So we're gonna go tell. We're not gonna investigate or go. Talk to Gaius and them. We're just gonna go try to report it.
Oh, no, I was
Oh,
going,
no.
I was that's what I wanted to do.
He's already cracking his knuckles. He's ready.
Right.
No, we're gonna go
I've been doing calisthenics, getting all warmed up.
enhanced questioning.
So while we're on the way there, I'm gonna
Got
try
my
to think of a
towel and a
legal
bucket
way
of
to do
water.
this, to where we're not gonna get.
You have to offshore them to Gibbo,
No.
and then you can do whatever.
10 miles
'cause
offshore. Then you're good.
It's
Oh,
no, not
I'm
water.
sorry,
Because
yeah.
water more.
Wake up and Only one of them needs to work a job in order to tell drip.
In the afternoon?
We've already got
Okay.
water
I like this.
and
So-
a pit.
I like the dwarf a lot.
Just dunk them over and over until they decide they're ready to talk. We know the perfect spot.
I don't
current
have a
on
problem
that
with
is
the
pretty rough.
concept of,
Right.
of working
And-
at night and
and
everything.
all those
That's normally not much of an
Dissection
issue.
tools are
The
there.
problem is in a big
I
city
mean,
like
honestly, it's
this,
like our new
sleeping for the
homies.
day is practically impossible.
Okay.
Okay, because there's far too many city
You
noises.
sound far too reasonable.
I mean, it's like
I
your
mean,
it's
I
like
can
your
bring a
hotel
bucket of
room is
water and
right
a
out on
blanket.
the street in New York.
Yeah.
There's people and taxis and
All right
horses.
with that too.
The idea was.
Who wants to bet
that
that the doctor or the whatever she is.
The first night's
how
normally
much
not
we
an
bet she's
issue.
dead?
It's multiple
Oh,
nights
no,
in a
I
row
bet
that it
probably-
becomes an issue.
probably.
As long as you can't get 8 hours
She
of
was
sleep.
she was already at
What do
the
you think?
table.
given 24
I
hour
don't think
period.
she's dead. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
think why
so
they
I'm
really
flexible on that.
Right, they
just
just
didn't kill her.
yeah,
The
they
main
just
concern
wanted
I would
they just
have
wanted
Because
is
we showed up, made it
if you're
difficult.
specifically adjusting your activity cycle different than the group,
maybe.
then we have
I
two
think
groups.
It's probably,
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
surprised
make
they
an
held
effort
up
to keep
your
everybody
question.
together.
I know.
Okay.
So I mean,
That's a good point.
I should have cut him.
right. So we need her distracted.
We're gonna have to work on him really well. I mean, I really don't care about her at this point when we know some truths here. But side note, does the innkeeper have a safe place for me to store a bow? Well, I'm out.
You got a room.
And bodies.
He's got a wall save.
No, he does not have a wall safe. He does not have a secure room or anything like that.
You want me to carry it?
You would need
No.
to safe for them.
Because I'm gonna hook it around. I'm gonna hook it around the first dude's face and just pull it back and snap it right in his mouth. Then
They don't have a secure safe or anything like that for.
I mean, is everybody else doing like my character and literally carrying around all of their gear
Yes.
at all times?
No,
Yes.
I'm putting my stuff on my horse.
Well, still, your
Yes.
horse is not secure.
My
Yes, everybody's carried all their gear except you, and you're making other people carry all your
right,
gear.
That's
you,
what- that's
your
why I had to lock
your bow brought me within like 0.22 of being encumbered.
Matt, that's why my soldier bought a big lockbox for all of his
Yeah.
gear at his.
The lockboxes can still be carried away.
You act like I have
No,
anything.
not lockbox, like super.
I have a dagger, a book.
I have a quarterstaff and that's half my
Can we
encumbrance.
carry a bow?
God damn.
How
Seriously?
heavy's the bow?
2.
It's 6
Two?
encumbrance.
Okay.
From what?
Elf bow.
No.
No, I have maximum 6 encumbrance.
And your staff
Hey,
is 3
hey,
encumbrance?
particularly ornate
Oh, so that's a third.
and pretty.
It's
All right, let's go
two-
stab some people.
It's 2 when it's equipped.
No, I don't think so.
You're not going to carry it?
I'm already carrying your crowbar and rope and everything. And grappling hook. And
There's a chest on his back full of your shit.
Well, that's the thing. is that-
labeled the elf stuff.
Well, on my character, I have all of that stuff down here that I'm carrying it. Grappling hook. Well, not the crowbar.
Yeah, I have
Grappling hook and rope, I'm carrying.
I have your grappling hook, rope, and crowbar.
So
In my
you
kit.
do not have my grappling hook and rope because I have it down here with the encumbrance.
Okay.
You have my crowbar.
I have my sword.
and a-
You have my
I have a
crowbar.
book and a stick.
You know, it's just 1, 2. Boromir. That's a crowbar. That's what he's got. Clank.
Awesome.
You got my hobbit beater.
Hey, Dad,
I'm a beater.
how big? How
I'll beat
expensive
stick.
was a big like storage crate?
So I
No,
took away
no,
2
right.
points of encumbrance,
Oh,
and now you can
box,
carry the
like,
bow.
luggage. That you put on the-
I have a stick and a book.
Like a
I have a book and
chest?
chest.
Were you carrying a bow and I could
Yeah.
like
I don't
carry
know.
something else?
A silver?
Matt,
Yeah.
just buy a big chest.
Probably not even that hot though.
He doesn't want to leave it in the hands of no one. God, that's a great business model in a city. Be like, listen, here's all these lock boxes. That's how I'm going to retire this time. I'm going to
Will
have a
you carry
UPS store. Yeah, I absolutely will.
I'd like
Stop
to
getting
literally
drunk.
not pick up
Stop
that
getting
box.
drunk. I like getting drunk. I'm good at it.
In complete
Which one?
truth, storage lockers,
which
storage
one? X.
lockers, and things like that
Yeah, don't
in
you
America
have the,
today
I don't know,
are
the
massive
magical
money
one?
makers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for that exact reason.
And then people forget about it, and they get because it's an automatic charge. It just it's $18.95 a month. Well, I got 700 of those $18.95s a month.
Do you
Yep.
keep?
I used to work with a guy whose family was into that, and his retirement plan was to get $1 million from his parents, buy one of those, and be done.
Jen and I have talked about
Buy
storage units
a chest if you
4
buy
years
it.
about that's going to be our investment because all these people are going to be losing
Can't
their
have a lock
houses.
without
Yeah,
I
keep
see
straight
it
up
now.
papers,
I don't know.
but
Yeah,
it's more
drop the
because,
housing
I don't know what the abilities are.
lock and key or a lot more stuff.
Anyway,
You're gonna get
business
so
place.
busy.
Everyone's going to refi. But yeah, that was it. It was like
Supposedly,
I'm not.
No, I ain't
my
either.
character's not even worried about that.
I'll stick with my 4.1.
It's more of the
There's
use.
no
I'll stick with my 2.75.
Exactly.
Ah, I beat you both. I got
Exactly.
265.
Yep.
Well, fine.
But you have a nicer house.
Anyways, so what are you guys doing?
So
We're gonna go.
So we
steps
go
again.
in
I
to
was-
investigate.
Just random?
No, we're gonna go find the two. We're going back to the university,
Okay.
Same thing where there's a lot.
and we're gonna go find those two helpers,
Okay.
and we're gonna help them.
Remember.
Remember things?
Yes, thank you, thank you.
so I was going to buy a chest. He was going to buy a lock.
Maybe not.
I don't know if there's something in the system for a lock.
Probably.
I'm not buying a lot because I know how easy they are. to pick.
That's right. Any elf could just walk up and pick it.
Man, back to
Stick his ear to it.
8.56. This bow's heavy. Why is it so heavy?
Did it slow you down?
No, it doesn't slow me down. Like I said, it brings me within like less than a half of a point to encumbrance.
What's your encumbrance?
If I pick up a
Like
sandwich,
your
it might
your
be.
normal like in value like 3, 5, 7, whatever.
It's like 15 or some shit.
On that, my total carry encumbrance is 26.87.
What can you carry though? What's like?
I can currently,
2 bodies.
currently,
4.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I can carry 13 at a time. That's why I'm a movement speed 3 currently.
We'll scroll back up. I thought dwarves got
Body and a half.
Yeah, that's included with the skills and stuff.
13.
8 is a body.
My total encumbrance
I mean,
is 9.
I'm just
So,
I'm
he could carry
readapting
almost
my
everything I
tracking
have
stuff
and me.
because the
8 and 9.
lost stuff.
Before he
I've got to
slows
put
down.
stuff in, so that's why my character's adjusting currently.
Okay.
That's basically what works.
So you guys head back to the College of Anatomy.
Yep.
I
Okay.
had 9.
You find Professor Hayes.
Yes, so she's alive. Good.
Yeah, she's still alive. She is in the College of Anatomy and so forth.
Should bet me.
You find her currently in one of the examination rooms, spraying down and washing down one of the areas.
Where are your
Rumbling.
assistants?
My assistants?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them since you guys were here yesterday.
God damn it.
They didn't show up for work.
No, they did not
What?
show up for work. I have to clean this place myself. Do you believe that? A professor of my experience and my knowledge having to scrub?
You give me dishpan hands.
I know. Even with these leather gloves.
Where do they live?
I don't know. They're servants, probably somewhere in the college dorms.
We recently found out that. Did we tell her?
Yeah, absolutely. You were betrayed by
Yeah.
them.
By them.
We found the
I don't
rat
believe it.
We found the rat catcher that provided the heads and the rats to deceive you. And
I don't believe it. I've known Carl and Gaius for years. They wouldn't do anything like that. I'm sure they're just sick or drinking or something like that. They do that every so often. They just disappear without warning. They always turn up in a day or two. Just always makes it very annoying. Puts me behind schedule, I'll tell you.
Have you ever seen them without a shirt on?
Well, no, that would be improper.
Well, I was just wondering if they ever just did clean, took their shirts off. If they had like
Did you get that
purple
with
birthmark right here.
Randomly taking the shirt off.
What kind of a university do you think this is, sir?
Wait a minute, those aren't structural poles. What is this?
No.
They break out in song again.
That's right.
It's kind of like the church at Wittendorf.
No, I cannot say that I've ever
Alright.
seen them without their shirts on.
All right. Well, we'd like that. If nothing else, we'd like to make it so we're sure that it wasn't them. If you're so
Is it
sure
slash
that it
till or
wasn't,
slash W?
Just go to the
Slash
names
W.
at the bottom. You
Yeah,
click
no,
on my name.
I've done them
Right
for
click
years.
and
They
then select and
wouldn't.
whisper box.
They couldn't do that.
Okay.
They're devoted to my research.
I understand that. But what if they had somebody had something against them? Do you think they would betray you for that?
They're devoted towards the, like making sure you don't succeed is what they're devoted to. They're being paid by somebody else.
No, they're my assistants. They're here to help me.
How can somebody so smart be so stupid? Can anybody else explain this to me?
She's a.
Did you tell us all about her? Hey,
I have teachers.
I pay them very well. Room and board and a bronze a week, of course.
Where's the room and board?
said
Here at
she's
the college?
smart?
Yes.
Do you know what building they're in?
Like I said, I believe they live in the dorms.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Who says
Let's
she's
go.
smart? Teachers nowadays are retarded.
If
Okay.
if they don't come back, we make
These
them
are
back and
middle-
help you
These
clean.
are teachers from the Middle Ages, though.
So,
So they're even more
what was the
retarded.
name of the other
Not that.
douchebag?
Lindworm.
Lindworm.
Yeah.
Hey, I look around. Is there anybody in earshot?
There's some people down the hallway.
So, Lindworm.
Yeah, that charlatan.
Would you? How about this? I can give you evidence that he is a charlatan, and you can use that in the university to discredit him and disbar him. But you have got to be a little more forthcoming with information.
Well, I don't
You also
believe
have to open your eyes and
I
stop
don't
being so
believe
close-minded.
in blackmail, and I don't believe that my assistants would have done anything. But if you feel strongly one way or the other, then by all means, bring me the evidence.
We'd have to bring a rat catcher to you who, and I break out my book, described your two assistants in detail, that they're the ones that came to him and paid him several copper apiece for rat heads, giant
Okay.
rat heads.
Okay,
Why would they go to this guy and buy giant rat heads unless they were going to sew them onto the bodies?
but why would a court of law listen to a rat catcher?
They would listen to us because we are important.
Fine. Listen, I'm going to pull out my badge. Say, come
We
in this
all
room
pull
with
out
us.
our
Yeah,
badges.
I say, come in here with
Badges!
Special investigator, FBI.
Did it? I'm worried about where you're doing that. Where yours is located.
I look at the. If everybody's here, I look at the dwarf and I say, try to keep the hallways clear. Don't let anybody down this way, please.
Okay.
And I pull out. We are direct representatives of the legal
Small
system
but
and
very
you know, the nation itself. I put the badge back away.
Okay. Well, I'm unfamiliar with that organization.
That's fine. You can be unfamiliar with it. Just understand that we are legal. We are, I don't even know what to call it. We have every right to do search and seizures. We can do whatever we want when it comes to finding the truth behind certain things that may harm Midnight.
We are the law.
So we understand
No,
this to
I
be
am
one of
law.
those things, and we're trying to help support you in the fact that we know that there's issues behind what happened.
Well, I appreciate that. I want to serve the realm too, but I think you're wasting your time investigating Carl and Gaius. Certainly, there's better leads for you to follow up on.
Who do you know of them?
Well, no, that's why apparently you guys are part
I'm
of the
gonna
special
shoot
investigation.
my dagger in her throat.
She's not opposed to you guys investigating whatever. She's just firmly convinced they're not guilty.
Oh, I understand.
Go
It's
to
just
the dorm.
Is there a way to tell if she is under the influence of some sort of a
Sure,
mind control?
sure. If you have somebody that can read the set winds of magic.
Is he here?
Yeah.
I look around to slap the snap at him.
In the shadows.
Hey, is she being charmed or mind controlled?
No magical influences
okay.
you're seeing.
For the record, I wouldn't be there mainly because she very much knows who I am, would recognize me.
You were clear.
I called her out for being a
Oh,
shark.
he just yacked.
Mulder did.
Yeah, big old pile of dog food on the floor.
Okay.
And it stinks so bad. Hey, we're not going to clean it up.
It's not our
I'll
calling.
get out of your way, bud.
So, what I
It's
do
like this.
is up to you.
God, that's no,
I'm
that smell.
sorry, I
is
was
bad,
rather
too.
distracted.
I very much called this chick out for being a charlatan, and I assumed she would recognize me. Off just
Check the bathroom or
Just-
something? I don't know.
Okay.
wizard covered in black with black eyes.
Probably.
So I would not be anywhere
Smells like the
interacting.
Elven Taverns.
That's right.
Mulder, stop eating it.
Dude.
Come on, Mulder, go lay down somewhere.
No. Okay.
I just let my dogs eat. I'm like, go ahead. Half my cleaning's done. Haven't heard of them.
Then they throw it up again.
Not usually.
Yeah.
No, not usually.
Way down. You know,
Okay.
on me.
Our dog did that last night. Fucking York.
As far
I
as,
can't
far as
remember last
that,
time one of our
yes,
dogs-
she would recognize you because you're a fairly easily recognized person.
I'm so glad I can smell it.
If you're with this group, especially since they've explained that they're part of some special investigation team, and presumably you have a badge too,
I can be clear.
then okay, she's fine. You guys are investigating something. She's confused. Hurry up, Ben.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
As everybody in here starts turning their stomachs.
Yeah. So obviously, Mulder was drinking too much at the fighting pit.
No, don't go over there. He doesn't need your help.
Anyways, as far as that, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Now, here, you're not seeing any magical influences per se. There's no winds of magic adjustments or anything like that.
Okay. Where you are specifically at the college, correct?
You are at the College of Anatomy, yes.
Then, do you mind if I look through and investigate your area for any source of magical taint? Specifically, your back area with.
Sure.
Okay, then I'm gonna go through
First.
and investigate.
Okay.
Specifically looking for
Oh no, because you have to start with
signs. The great
Get
knowledge
first level.
No.
Okay. So the wizard makes some vague comment of no charms involved and wanders off.
Thief?
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Interesting.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Level 1 thief's like a
And
mugger.
quick question. So,
A prowler.
with
Okay.
something that
So
I
that is why. Okay, I was a thief.
something
level
that I
2 is
discovered that
thief.
I'd forgotten about when I was creating my character.
I've been a brigand, an outlaw, a prowler,
There is a new item called the Enchanted Staff.
a guide, a
It's
scout,
a specific
and I'm currently
okay,
an
that-
investigator.
spellcaster staff that will oversee and
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
The question is,
Why is it
do I
warm?
start with
Motor.
1, 2, 2,
Mortar,
or
go.
which is, the staff, including no interest apprentices trapping, is a mundane item, but most licensed magisters receive an enchanted staff from their tutor when they end their apprenticeship.
Okay.
The
So-
difference is Magister is a different class in the book compared to Wizard, Apprentice, and Wizard.
Yeah, there's the
And you specifically start with whatever the trappings are of the class that you have.
okay.
So, okay. So wizard comments, no charms involved, and then wanders off, leaving you guys to investigate further.
We need your assistance in finding where these two people stay. Stop saying, well, I think they're in this. If you worked with them for years, there had to be something where you knew where they hung out, you knew family members, something. You cannot
They
tell
don't.
me you know nothing.
They have no family. That's why I employed them.
Okay?
They've worked with me for years. I believe they live in the dorms. I've never been to their place. I've never seen them without their shirt on.
Dang, I don't care about that.
They're servants. I mean,
I'm going to start going over there.
there's only so much you
I'm
need to
going
know
with
about
you.
servants.
To the worms.
They show up for work. They do the work. They get paid. They go home.
I fit in.
It's not like the bookish group stopped.
No.
She seems rather incredulous about the assumption that her as a high society person or a higher society person would associate with a peasant.
I only recently got out of copper, so
Correct.
And we're questioning her ability to choose assistants too.
Well,
that's fine with me.
I mean, if she's willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. From her standpoint, they're completely trustworthy until you show her hard evidence otherwise. The word of a rat catcher doesn't hold much weight to her. Okay, now it may obviously for you guys, that's a separate factor. But from her standpoint, they're completely trustworthy assistants that she's known for years. They show up on time almost all the time. Only sometimes do they disappear without warning. But she's paid them. I don't understand this whole thing about, well, why don't you know more about them? Because they're peasants. Why would I associate with them?
I get it.
To the dormitories.
Yes.
Walk out of the room.
Now, if you
We
want me
need to
to,
reiterate for her that she does not speak of this.
I was going to do that after everybody left. It was just you and I.
Okay.
George and I have
You
left.
have corrupted the shit out of this poor little hat.
I don't care.
Hey,
I let her know it. Under unknown, I say you are not to speak of any of us. You're not to mention the badges we carry. The ramifications that will happen, that will come down upon you, will be dire. If anything is leaked that you know of us, we are a secret investigative unit for a reason.
you're a cult?
Secret investigative unit for the government of Middenheim. For a reason.
More of the sea, baby DZ.
so undermined your fucking serious moment. Oh my god. What a dick move.
Would you count this as a
I love it when a plan falls apart.
As it does every time.
It does.
No, she doesn't seem to have any interest in talking to anybody about this. She's mainly focused on repairing her reputation.
And that's what part of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and she's supportive of that. She's eager for you to find out the wizard that caused this.
It obviously was not a wizard, that's my point.
Well,
There has to be some magical influence still, because you checked it, and then they changed the instant she was carting them out.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, let's go.
There has to be some type of magical influence.
And we smelled the sulfur.
As we leave, I'm like,
No, they said they smelled sulfur.
we'll have to keep an ear to the ground.
I don't buy that.
I say to Tolman, and only Tolman, I don't think we can trust that she'll keep her mouth shut. We might have to do something about that.
Stitch her up.
feel your heart race.
An excitement.
Should we introduce her to the hole?
Not yet.
Okay. Take a look down this hole. Oh, no, you fell.
Ooh, we didn't even have to slit her throat. Just push. Nope. She ain't coming back.
Okay. All right.
Until she does.
Right? That would be terrified. I'm like, damn it.
She's a fucking vampire like your girlfriend.
Question
Storm time.
on my ghost. If I were to go down, what are the actual physical ramifications of ghost? Does it take damage, stuff like that? If I were to send out my shade, could I go down the hole and go along the river? Would I interact with the water?
I don't know what the spell is
And
and its description.
Wandering shadow.
Wandering Shadow. Moves independently under your direction at your movement rate. You have to use an action to direct your shadow's movement, otherwise it stands still. You can see, hear, and smell from your shadow's position, but you can't cast spells from it. Can't attack. It's destroyed if it moves into sunlight or 48 yards from a light source.
So that's what's going to destroy from the river.
That's most likely what's going to happen. Now, otherwise, it reacts as if your body is pseudo a trance. Although it doesn't necessarily imply that you can't do anything with your own self, but it takes an action to put your perception from it. Yeah. And as soon as it's in complete darkness, it's gone.
Okay.
More.
Then
So, where would you guys like to go?
To the dorms. Is that one building or is it a whole bunch of buildings?
There's a section, but I mean, there's attendants and everything that keep track of it.
Oh.
Okay. So they apparently live in the halls of residence. She is willing to give you permission to get information regarding it. And you go there and find without much difficulty that they maintain a room in this place with permission from the professor. One of the porters gives you the room number and gives you a key to the room.
Oh, I was.
So they're not there.
Well, they don't.
Well, the porter has no idea.
They got a skeleton key. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a maid's key
All right.
or spare key to their room.
Look, I can lockpick.
You guys ever have pigeons that come here?
It's a college. There's pigeons everywhere.
To the dorms?
Well, not often.
Interesting. Any specific students that might send or receive them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, we have to do that later today.
There.
Okay. their room is 312, up on the 3rd floor.
Which side of the building is it on?
The eastern side.
Not
From
that
the
matters.
outside, is it?
I was about to
are
say,
there,
you just made that up.
yeah. From the outside, when we were walking up, were there balconies on the windows? Were
Maybe
there?
looked at the
There,
book.
no balconies. It looks like it'd be a fairly difficult climb to get up there if you wanted to go from the outside.
On an east
Leaving from the inside out.
The
Leaving
west
would
side
be,
starts
be an
burning
easy thing,
down.
but it'd be fairly quick.
Okay,
Okay.
good enough for me.
What,
No fire codes. Let's go.
Would we say I would have gone with them?
Unless you specifically have not.
I don't.
I'm assuming, unless somebody says otherwise, the group is together.
Okay.
Because that's sort of the intent of the storyline is to
Yeah.
keep everybody somewhat together.
That's where I was going with that. I went to go investigate that, and then they just kind of left.
Yes, you wandered around the labs for a little bit and didn't find anything. On your way back, you hear them threatening the professor, and then
I did no such thing.
it sounded sort of like it. And then
I was just holding the knife
yes,
as he pushed her onto it.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
I'm sorry.
I didn't stab her.
Room 312.
You said
Okay.
some really messed up stuff. That's
you
just
guys
messed
head up to the room.
Yep.
There's some other students and other assistants and so forth in the hallway. They kind of look at you strange since you guys are the only ones in the entire place with weapons and armor and an iron breaker.
I say that about most of the town.
And a dog.
And a
A motley crew of adventurers wandering through the dorms.
This is why the whole we always travel as a group thing.
And it does break down somewhat.
It does, because you're like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. These random ass people walking through.
Well, most adventuring in a city tends to not make sense because it's the fighter with full plate and a two-headed sword. I go into the church.
Are we knocking?
We're
just going in.
No, we're just
like
unlocking the door.
NPCs
Yeah.
are never
Okay.
bothered by the fucking dwarf walking in full
Who's
armor and
first?
battle axe. Nobody would lie to him.
They see it all,
Okay.
they see it all the time.
All
You go- so you're going first?
I'll go out.
I'm right hand.
Okay. He walks up, knocks on the door loudly. There's no answer.
Unlock it.
A guy wandering by said, "You looking for Carl?"
Yeah.
He left.
Where'd he go?
Well, I don't know. He packed up his bags last night.
What about guys? Was he with them?
Yeah. The Gaius is always pretty quiet.
Damn it. You know what?
They had a bunch of stuff. They said that it looked like they were moving out.
Last night they did it.
Yeah, that's weird. Any conversation or anything like that?
I said bye.
Open the doors. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't tell
And they get
you
bold.
where they were going?
No.
Going to visit family. I'm suddenly super wealthy and I'm going to move away from here.
Picked up by a coach.
No, I really didn't care much.
Running for my life because I'm going to get stabbed.
No.
Did they say they were picked up by one? Do you know if they were picked up by a coach? Or they just walked?
No, yeah, I was heading to bed.
How much stuff did they have? Was it a trunk?
Backpack?
What's in my backpack?
Like this.
In this.
Roughly your size?
I unlock the door and walk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
Uh,
it
you
was
guys
just-
walk
Why
in.
am I not carrying one?
It's a passable dorm room. Couple of bunk beds, appropriate for assistants and peasants level. Nothing really super fancy. The room itself looks like it has been pretty much cleared of any personal effects in haste. Drawers are still open. Trash is left around. They're definitely not going to get their deposit.
Are you here?
We will though.
Check for winds of magic.
Okay.
I'm going to smell. Do I smell sulfur?
You do not smell sulfur. You do smell formaldehyde.
Yeah.
And sawdust in the air.
So they smell like those dummies.
Can we track him through the town with that smell?
It's a pretty unique smell.
Formaldehyde, yes, but it doesn't linger that far.
You've got a dog.
Yeah, that's a
And
good point.
their belongings in here.
I will look to see. Well,
Betty.
He doesn't have a tracking dog.
yeah, I was just about to comment. You have to train dogs to do that. That's not.
You just have a dog; they can instantly do that.
Is the window an open and closed window, or is it
Okay.
solid?
Somebody put their shirt next to Mulder, and we'll see how good that works.
We can get one.
He already threw up once when I was sitting next to him.
You could.
What?
Anyways,
I'll take that.
With that said, I do have a pretty decent animal handling skill.
I get it, but
Maybe I can coax the dog to
If I threw my shirt up,
track.
since it's not really trained for that, at most it
It
might
would be.
reckon that
It would be, because it's a rat catching dog.
that's a different skill set. Like Scully is excellent at catching rats and small animals. Mulder is too. That doesn't mean they can track them. But you put a small white fluffy dog in the backyard, they'll rip him to shreds. Because Mulder's tried that once or twice.
Yeah.
Is the window open? Does the window open and close?
No,
No, it's a solid window.
there's no window.
Oh, there's no window in here.
No, this is a peasant's room.
Gotcha.
They don't deserve windows on the third
That's
floor.
right.
That'd be fire safe.
Yeah.
I
was
Fire safe. I like that.
Hey, they've got a 100% no.
Yeah,
Chopper
that wouldn't
board
violate
is-
fire.
Yeah, who's gonna report the violation? They're all
I
dead.
want them to burn faster.
Right.
There's less payment then.
Yeah.
Yeah, searching the room for anything.
Okay,
Scratches, like they moved.
give me
bed
some
out or-
perception checks.
Not a lot of great wind.
No. Nothing unusual, at least.
Well, the good thing is we always know where there's not magic, because that's where that apparently is.
He's lying to us the whole time.
Oh, wizard did several times.
What?
Okay,
Okay, these dice need to get out of the way so I can actually see the number to roll it.
what's in the chat?
Passed by 5.
I haven't rolled yet.
We literally got opposite. Who was it? Ozzy and I?
Yeah.
Okay,
Didn't
so
find
checking
it.
around the table, or checking around the room. On the table that's in the room, you find
that's
bits of sawdust under the table that matched that from the bodies that you had at the display.
body.
Similar color, similar texture of the bodies.
Slight tinge of formaldehyde.
Yes.
No.
Okay. There is a box under one of the beds that contains a sewing kit, which includes a roll of high-quality suture thread, identical to what was used for the rat heads.
Yoink.
Okay.
Take the whole
Um,
Take the whole kit.
Yeah, I'll take the kid.
there is what looks like a stuffed human head in the corner of the room, glaring down at you guys with beady glass eyes. It looks like the head of a strong warrior.
Do I recognize it
Okay.
from the museum?
This is giving me hot button.
No, you never saw the head. It has
Similar-
similar design. It looks vaguely like Frederick. Okay.
I don't know.
Vaguely.
I
There's
know-
some resemblance to it.
I don't know who that is.
We
Okay.
should burn that.
It's got a green glow to it.
It's like the
The head is stuffed with the same sawdust found on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, this is pretty smoking gun evidence that these guys were involved. So now we have to go and find out who the hell.
Is the lady still here with us?
no, she didn't come here.
Oh yes, we're going to break in.
Dirty commoners. I hate that woman so much.
We're gonna bring the head back. Is it just one of the heads?
Yeah.
What the hell would they do with the second head?
Well, this is only one guy's room, right?
No,
That's
both,
not-
both
no,
of
both
them
of
stayed in
them
this
in
room.
One, two.
Why would they morbidly bring one head back?
This could be a false lead.
I'm gonna go in the hallway and ask people if they saw
Have you seen this head?
prior to this. Did they come in all weird hours of the night? Did anybody see them bring bodies in? And stuffed
Give me a
bodies.
gossip roll.
Oh, that worked well last time. Let's see if we do.
The last
it
2
again.
times it's been fantastic.
Oh my god.
Did you ever wear Did you ever wear a purple handkerchief?
Did you ever see him with
It
his
is
shirt
sad.
off?
Holy cow! And I only failed by 2. Oh, nice. Too bad.
It's pretty sad that the elf that hates everybody is better at gossip than you.
Oh, you also got to keep
I've
in mind,
never
he
been
also
good at
has, like,
gossip.
he also
And-
kind of gained like a couple brain injuries.
Yeah. Yeah. My talking's so good.
God damn.
We're talking good.
My convincing comes with beating people until they're the same intelligence level as me.
You know,
So you start asking around, you're not able to find anybody that has any
people like
information.
talking to the
Okay.
psychopathic elf and the witch of darkness
These are
ordered him.
poor college kids. You think they just
The whole time I talk to people, I'm sneering. Right? Oh.
Ew. So if they left last night, we need to
Like, I have almost
take all
bonus.
this stuff to the dude in charge.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
find the
Shootsman.
Watchman.
Okay.
Take this to Shootsman. Take all of his
You're doing
evidence to
The
Shootsman.
Watchman.
What are you doing with the Watchman?
Why
Maybe
does
they
he,
saw them leave.
why does he
Oh,
care
the guy
about
in
this?
the front desk guy.
Yeah,
He cares about the purple hand.
Right,
We don't
it's
know
all
if this is
I'm gonna
connected.
go ask. Hey, did you see these two fools leave?
Give me a charm roll.
Man, we don't even know Shitsman is concerned about this. He's concerned about the purple hand.
He told us to follow any leads we have. This is a lead. That's nice. That's critical.
Triple success.
They dropped off their keys yesterday, last evening.
Yeah. Did they say where they were going, or was there anybody with them? Did they meet up with anybody?
No,
It's so weird. They just left. They left.
I agree. I mean, we have students that drop out frequently, not typically servants.
Yeah,
From my
these-
understanding, they were pretty successful working at that anatomy school, wasn't it?
Yeah, which is weird because Mistress
Eunuch or
Cage.
Page.
Heish, Mistress Heish
Uh-huh.
sent us. I'm just a messenger. Sent us to find out where they were, because they basically quit with no notice to her. So she wants us to find them and at least maybe some of their stuff. So they want
Go back to
she wants us to try to recover some of the stuff that they accidentally took, lab utensils, things like that. So I was just curious.
I don't know about Hayes. Those two always were hanging out with Dr. Dinkellocker.
Lindworm?
No?
No?
Dinkellocker.
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 Can you tell me what building Dinkellocker is
You
in?
said it with
I
a
just wanna-
straight face.
I just want to meet him more
Goddamn.
than anything.
There was a moment of contemplation from you that broke.
My brain broke. I went,
Dinkle?
no, I did not hear that correctly.
And
All right, so where's
Dinkellocker.
he at? He or she?
What's he, a doctor?
He is a doctor of anthropology.
Great.
Oh, fantastic. Where's his office at?
I can give you directions to it.
Dinkelhofer.
Thank you very much. young man.
Dinkellocker.
Dinkellocker, not Dinkelhoffer.
All right, I go to Dinkelocker's office. Let's go.
Dinkellocker. Did they leave
who's
by
got the
coach,
head?
Do you know? Or did they just
No,
walk
I
out
have
of
no
there?
idea.
Gotcha.
They had their bags, turned their keys in, said they didn't want their deposit, and they left.
Well, that was nice of them.
Give me the head.
Okay.
Put it in my sling bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is he? Professor. of?
Anthropology.
Yeah, anthropology.
Who's the most intimidating person here?
Them.
Yeah, probably because it's strength based.
I don't know. Mine's right up there,
I'm
buddy.
very intimidating.
This would be a very good prop to intimidate Dinkelknocker into.
He goes by Jones. Dr. Jones.
I was waiting for that.
Dinkelknocker to get some information out of him.
That's right.
Intimidate. Do you have your ranks in
very
it?
impressive
Yes.
person.
This
I got-
was the
I-
person that gave me a third
How good are
question.
you?
I've got 46.
Oh, I've got you beat.
I got a 60.
Okay. I'll shut up.
I'm
Yeah,
more
nobody's
scary.
intimidated by me.
19.
I will punch you in the knee.
Aww.
19. That's my intimidation. 19.
I have a 52.
You're much more intimidating once you slash that Achilles
It's
tendon.
It's amazing
around
what
that
skills
round
I
problem.
realize I have because I had to put
You're
ranks in
like,
me.
Chucky
But I've never
Doll.
used
You
it.
are. I just realized that.
I'm like a doll.
And I have a
Slim
31
Shady.
intimidating.
Sorry.
You get a lot of those level 3. Level 3 and 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah,
guys
I-
head
I
over
have
to
the
the
ability
Department
to
of Anthropology.
Yes.
You find Dinkelocker's office. It's in a fairly prominent location. He seems to be a fairly well-respected scientist or professor.
Was the guy lying to us, by the way? About Dinkelhofer? Hoffer?
Dinkelknocker.
The porter?
Yes.
I don't. Give me an insight check. It's blind.
Intuition.
Intuition. There. One of those. If you had intuition, you would have known it wasn't insight. Seems to be telling you the truth.
Okay. I'm fairly intuitive, so.
You are fairly intuitive.
You really questioned
If only it is a random roll.
What?
I don't even
very
talk to
good at
anybody. I just walk
questioning
straight to this
these
guy's office.
Okay.
Is there a
I
money
think
box
every
in this
old
one
man
too?
you
There is
encounter
not a
you
money
get
box.
permission.
There is an
Could be
attendant
all
outside who sees 6 or 7 well-armed men walk into the office and jumps to her feet and says, "Excuse me, sirs. How can I assist you?"
I stand very close without speaking. Uncomfortably close.
Yeah, he takes a step back.
I just walk past her to the door.
Okay.
Ma'am, we're here to see Dinkelhocker.
Okay. You head into a well-appointed office. Big window behind it. Large oak desk. And a guy who looks like he's in his 70s.
Ooh,
Sitting in a chair.
You're gonna give him a heart attack.
He looks up from some spectacles and says, doesn't see anybody. Small child. What can I do for you?
I walk around the desk.
Oh, my apologies. You're a gnome, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. I've known
Good
many
eye.
of your species.
That's a good eye, sir.
You're rather robust, shall we say, for a gnome.
I eat well. I don't get as much exercise these days in the labs like I should.
Oh dear, these others coming into the room. Who are all these people?
These are new students.
I am not a new
yourself.
student. I am already a student here.
You're students of anthropology.
No.
I'm a student up at the.
I tried.
I'm out with his assistant. I haven't come. I didn't come
You're
inside.
still standing
Yeah, I'm
uncomfortably
still
close to
standing
her.
uncomfortably close to
I
her.
motioned to the dwarf.
I'm going.
No.
Excellent. An automaton. I have not seen many of those recently.
This is a great teacher. I love him.
We're
I want
looking
to take
for
his classes. I'm enrolling right now.
I'm outside of the room.
I am the top recruiter for the college.
What were the assistants' names?
Gaius and Carl.
Do you know where they are?
Who?
Gaius and
Gaius?
Carl.
Who are they?
Assistant to.
Okay. While he's engaged,
Yes.
now I'll use my diminutive stature
Mhm.
and my stealthing ability to sneak around the room
And look at things.
and look at things and
Okay.
possibly steal anything of value that I can find and just generally look for clues.
Okay.
Please continue.
So he seems to be completely oblivious to you, far more distracted with everybody else. He also seems to be one size too small for his big chair, being an old man, and is very intrigued by the talking automaton in heavy armor that's right next to him.
No, do not have to grab my feet.
I don't know a Gaius. You said
I can never tell if he's looking
Yes.
at me.
I have many students.
Any magic?
Works for
It would be so
Whatever
they're
her
solid
name
black.
was.
You wouldn't know
Inversed.
which way
Lindbergh.
H.
Yeah.
That quack.
Yeah.
The one that believes in rat men.
Yeah.
That's the
There
right-
is absolutely no scientific evidence that such a creature has ever existed in the entire realm of the Empire.
finally a man of science.
Of course. It's complete hogwash. The nincompoops that would believe it are completely delusional.
The nincompoops.
I mean, yep. Do you recognize the names now?
Gaius and Carl.
No, I don't recognize that name.
I describe. No, I start describing the guys. This one at a time. First one, who would that be? We know him as Gaius.
That sounds like Johann.
And then there's, and I rattle off the other person. We know this person is Carl.
Eldred. That's how they introduced themselves to me.
Oh, that's it.
Eldred.
Johann and Eldred. They're very interested in my work.
What is your work?
Anthropology, of course. Proving the superiority of the human race.
Here, here.
Does this guy have like a little Hitler stash?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Dwarf chuckles
Yeah,
at
he has a very fine-looking, precise set of wire-rimmed spectacles, a large bulbous nose, and lots of gray hair. And is very curious what the gnome is doing, while the automaton stands next to him. And having noticed the giant beanpole next to him, he's now very curious about what he's referring to as possibly a fey creature. Doesn't get very many of those in this realm.
He's properly referring to my race.
That was fey.
Anyway, Johann and his companion. Where can we find them?
I have no idea. It's
Oh,
probably a class.
How does he get that right?
Where's class?
And fuck this
Well, it is a university.
What classes are
You
they?
are students, are you not?
No, I said I am
He
not.
hasn't even noticed me.
Shoot.
Okay.
I'm investigating something. I'm an investigator with the city, and
That probably needs
Johann and Eldred are persons of interest.
Okay.
You said they are students. Would you happen to know what classes they're
I
taking?
have no idea.
Intuition check.
The automaton
Just
just
give me a
knows how
little
it works.
flag that you can just.
That would be great.
I'm with him. It's an old man. He's got to be lying.
That's a red card.
That's right.
You are ejected from the game.
I didn't lie.
He's just
Okay. Yeah, he seems to be unaware of it. According to him, he gets questioned by many students. For some reason, a lot of the students don't believe some of his theories. Although he has years of experience reinforcing all of his biases and opinions.
Also, it really is like college.
Yes, very much. According to him, this Johann and the other guy,
Carl. No, sorry.
no,
Eldred.
came to him a while ago, and the conversation they had ended up being around this Professor Heish and her insanity, as far as trying to prove the existence of humanoid rats, which of course everybody knows is complete poppycock and preposterous. Such things could not possibly exist in the world. How could the tail possibly get that big to allow such a creature to stand on its hind legs? It's just not anatomically possible.
Johann.
You know they
YOHAN.
exist, right?
Oh,
As a
absolutely,
character.
absolutely. But also as a character, we specifically have the humans believe they don't exist.
Oh, I know
because-
that. I understand that. But
Yeah,
Like, I just-
I know.
okay,
It's the same
so
way with
you two know they exist for sure.
yeah,
The rest of us have no
I
clue.
know.
And
I
we
follow.
both are making sure they don't know this.
Okay, so the three of us are clueless.
I'm always clueless.
He's heard lots of stories. He's the only one that's actually, I think, met him. Or did we say that you
No,
have met him?
I've
Okay.
met him and stuff
Okay.
like that.
I've done research.
Okay, so they have more direct experience.
Okay.
The rest of you, it's mythological.
Yeah.
And according to this guy's research, he's proven it numerous times over that such a creature could not possibly exist. I mean, you might as well say dinosaurs used to grow to massive size. It's just the bone structure just does not support it.
Ignore the
Is-
fact that
is
there are
ignorance like
literally
a way of life?
massive dinosaurs.
Well, I mean,
in
he's
this
sheltered by
That's,
college.
that's
He
how
can't
they make
be
it through
That's-
everything. They
that's
just
insane.
ignore facts.
Such creatures don't
pretty
There's
exist.
so many of them. Yeah, there's so many of them.
Most
They're
of the
everywhere.
empire does not.
Okay. I don't quite
It's-
understand the
it's-
whole knowledge of the outer.
Most of the
Violence.
empire is very sheltered, very limited, because information at that scale doesn't grow, and it's all rumors and suppositions.
You know a lot more about 40k than you do fantasy.
Right.
But just imagine the Imperial in the 40k.
I actually disagree on that.
Well, it's- It's roughly the equivalent
Okay.
of Middle Ages
I
Europe
put down
hearing
Dingle
about
Locker.
South America.
Dingle Locker.
Okay, when everybody in the world thinks the world's flat.
Professor of anthropology.
And why would they be so tame?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's the basic concept. Now, there's certainly adventurers and groups that are fully aware of it.
They know of
Because
it,
they've
it's just
experienced.
It's not a common knowledge. It's not
So,
a common
anyways,
knowledge.
according to him, he met them several times over the last couple of months. Eventually, they were talking about how Professor Heish had these specimens within the last few weeks that she was going to reveal, and according to them, they had an opportunity to interfere with such if he was willing to outfit their work and provide some funding. Since he didn't see any reason not to, given that such things were just going to mislead the public, he gave them some small silvers and let them go.
How did she acquire the initial Are you aware of how she acquired the initial subjects? If they even
The
existed?
fake bodies?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Who
How
worked with them? Who worked with her to create them? Something like that.
I have no idea.
And do you know what Johann and Eldred were going to do to remove this supposed gossip
They
thread? or
said
whatever?
something about the museum. I didn't really care to know the details.
Where she got the original raccoons? We never did, did we? Nope. Might have been very good information.
Came in a barrel full of rum. That's what we know.
You're right.
No, I think I know what it
Just
is.
ordered it online from
I think
Amazon.
we did ask, but she like dodged.
See,
I
that's
think
why
I know
they're
what it
fake.
was.
In the museum.
Ordered from Alibaba.
They're not noticing. You look.
No, like they were back rooms.
I'm
there.
sorry,
It's
what?
really just the shipping
I
company.
think we asked, but she just like dodged the question.
No, there's no way.
Drop
No,
shit
they had to
some
drop it down that
rallies.
hole.
They had
I
to.
didn't-
Oh god.
I was too busy punching
From
variety people.
They were originally from Outlaw.
That's true, yeah, you were.
What is
Now, according to him,
He's
I mean, he readily admits, yeah, he gave him some money. They needed some basic supplies. They were going to disrupt this demonstration.
Is this illegal? What he is admitting to in front of all of us?
It's immoral, but it's not illegal.
Really?
Yeah. This would be attributed to basic, well, not really even espionage. This would be collegiate rivalry. I mean, all of these professors are all trying to get a leg up in their field. So, and you've encountered several different professors that all have rivalries with each other, and they're all trying to backstab and sabotage each other's research, just because that's how they get ahead.
But there was, what do you call that when there was vandalism involved? He paid for the vandalism to happen,
No, he paid them to do whatever it was they were going to do.
which they vandalized.
Well, sure,
So he's the backer of said vandalism.
but it was already
It's
false.
self-
All he did was make it that much more obvious.
They desecrated 2 corpses.
Yeah.
associated?
That's a problem with the cult of Moor.
But the
Yeah.
court, we're not going to say. I mean, they were only supposedly Sigmar priests. I mean, who cares about that? The fact that it was a display that was vandalized. That's my thing. That's the more.
Sure.
But you're saying this guy is not legally bound in any way to that occurrence, even though he greenlit it, he backed it.
Do you have any
I have lore law.
lore law? Give me a law roll.
Really thinking that bounty hunter class, aren't you?
On page 64, Article 7 of the.
I didn't pass it.
That's fine.
That's going to be you.
From your understanding, the most that would end up coming out if he was arrested or whatever,
Fine.
a fine at most, and even that's a stretch, at most some public embarrassment. But as a tenured professor, which he obviously is, college isn't going to do a thing to him. Okay, I mean, they'll sweep it under the rug, and a year later he'll do something else, and he'll be perfectly fine. Now, the 2 assistants certainly could be arrested and charged with vandalism, damaging, affecting things, because they're affecting a higher status person.
Right, I get it.
That's much more serious. But you'd have to find them. Ultimately, though, at the end of the day, there really isn't any serious crimes that have been done other than the theft of a display from the museum and interfering with a display, with a presentation.
Okay.
While I'm rummaging through his shit, since he seems to be aware of it, does he have like a treatise on his theory of human superiority?
He has a handful of books from different authors.
Yes, first
But nothing
it was
with his
half
pen?
and the dwarf.
Nothing on the shelf.
And it averaged out to the
Alright.
Keeping in mind, books are pretty expensive and hard to come by anyway. So
Sure.
you don't have a huge number of them.
I'll just start perusing through the books.
Okay.
Like, not like,
for a new class.
just kind of, I want to get a general gist of the theories that are being thrown out in these books.
He seems to be an avid follower of Sigmar and Ulrich and their various religious beliefs about how the Empire is here to rule the world.
Okay.
It is an empire.
And he's basing his belief of human superiority off of that.
Well, that and scientific research, of course.
Of course.
He has years of experience showing how the various other species just aren't viable. The elves are far too thin. Gnomes just like to eat, and they don't live very long. and certainly nobody who can reach the bar is going to do very well. Dwarves just move too slow, and without a sufficient amount of vitamin E in their life cycle, they're just bound to die.
They wouldn't even know what the fuck vitamin E is.
But
Yeah, I get your
it's that
fear.
sort of pseudoscience that
Yeah.
most of these professors are claiming to be experts.
Their
at.
humors would be out of balance from a lack of sun.
Right. Elves are far too unbalanced. Their chi is off.
Their center of
We
balance
need
is
the
too
G
high.
machine. We need the G
It all goes to
machine.
their head.
Okay.
Mm.
And again, most the
The
common
ears outweigh
the
them.
common theme here is a lot of these professors are
Idiots.
close to whatever their theory might be, but they're too scientifically inaccurate
Yeah.
and biased to really make solid conclusions,
Right.
which isn't uncommon in the Middle Ages, regardless.
It's not coming now. What are you talking about?
These days, at least, there's the intent. At this point, setting-wise, nobody has any intent. If you say it and you're respected, then it must be true.
Wait,
Rat catchers in my.
So,
Might I ask,
that's the humans.
how much do you know of Lazaro Lindworth? Your fellow colleague.
I hear he's getting quite a bit of notoriety with the commission dealing with this cat menace.
Yeah, well, British theory, it is a theory.
Okay. Never been fond of any of those furry elements.
You would probably have underground, not urban. Stealth. Because it says you have to have it's either underground or urban. That's your rat catcher stealth.
Okay.
I'm not saying it would be urban or underground. I'm just saying.
He catches the surface rats.
There you go.
There's plenty of rats on the surface.
There are.
What's her name?
And I only made it to tier 1.
And they get bigger when they go underground.
I'm a little guy. No thank you.
What's the name of the female professor?
H.
You get crossed.
Anne H. You don't get that because she's an actress, but terrible one at that.
Hayes seems to believe that a member of the college interfered in her works. A member of the college, Wizard College.
Okay.
Did they mention something along those lines? Mention who they were working for?
No, they had no magical qualities that I'm aware of. They certainly didn't display the badge.
Okay, just one reason to burn. Out of curiosity.
Anything else?
Yes. Out of curiosity, how much do you know of the species, the Bogdus?
The Bogdus. I'm not familiar with that
Well,
one.
you're right about it.
Sounds like something made up.
I can guarantee you it is very real.
That's where she died.
They're uncommonly found in the swamps of the area.
Oh, I don't go to the swamps.
Well, sure. Do you go to the underground?
Well, no.
Yeah, you know about
No.
the dwarves.
Well, yeah, they come to us. Again, the Empire rules the world.
Oh, Jesus.
An empire.
Yeah.
And humans don't live in the swamp. That's the realm of the Fae.
What kind of
Only
thing?
to me.
Swamp dweller.
What kind of thing? Swampy.
Damon.
But he just proved that you're subservient
days,
to him.
7
You go to him. Now turn around and walk out.
Matt, that's your new nickname, Swampy.
That's all right.
We got a new nickname
At
for
least
Matt.
now I have some proof that the dwarf is subservient to the humans.
I'd say thing with the elves.
Nope.
The
He doesn't go to the swamps. He said I'm from the swamps. So yeah.
So they had
And
to
he'd
be
never
working-
seen one of me before.
So they had to be working with
And yet
people.
you still went to them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And they came here and used
all-
it.
all
The
of you
first
came
to
to
start
my
the trend
office.
for your whole race.
Let's go find Luna.
Yep.
Let's leave. Do not.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Have you heard of Kislev?
Kislev, yes. It's country to the north.
What's there been on the Northerners? Kislev. If the Empire rules the world, then what's their issue?
They're subservient.
Him and I are leaving.
Same.
We're gonna go to Lindworms.
Same.
Okay.
Does he smell of sulfur?
He does not smell sulfur.
Sounds like old man and mothballs.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay.
I need to have a book of grudges. And like, that's another one.
I'll get his assistant. See
It's
you later.
everybody you meet.
He's running out
It's
of
gonna be,
paper.
yeah, you're gonna run out real quick, man.
Gonna
Yeah.
need two
He's
of
got
them.
enough grudges to fill all the leaves of the forest.
I think this one
My
angered.
tankard wasn't to the top.
I think this one
Bartender.
angered but all but 2 people of the group.
All right, we've left.
Okay.
We went to.
Yeah. You guys are
Lindworms.
heading back to Lindworms?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Offices. Yep.
Okay.
Go with
I'm like trying to drag the
I want to
statue
go
with
with
me.
them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming everybody is, unless you say otherwise.
Yep.
I would like to head back to the dorm room,
Okay.
and I'm gonna specifically check around the floors for
We're
any
still carrying
compartments
this
stuff like
freaking
that,
head.
where they
Yeah.
might
Give me the
hide
head.
said bodies,
I
scaly
mean, I'm
bodies,
taking it
stuff
back
like
to the
that.
damn
Because
museum.
there's still a small
You got no
amount
body.
here, right?
Yeah, they
Yes,
have the
sawdust.
bodies.
No,
They have 2
further
bodies,
than
only one
halfway
head.
towards
Where the hell did the
sawdust.
second head go?
Then
Yeah, you
No,
guys
we
searched the
did
rooms
not.
extensively for 30 minutes or
This,
so.
their bodies were already there. They would have got returned to. I told them at least.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with the group then.
Okay. So, Professor Lindworms,
Yes.
you're back there.
I'm
Yeah.
not with them.
Is he? Is he in?
He's gonna go give somebody a head.
Not. Oh.
And the 12-year-old has come out.
So Lindworm's
So,
office
The
is
professor did call him a child.
So he's not here. What do you
So,
want me to
further the professor.
Ah,
further
this door
further
needs to be
right.
open, my man.
do? Okay.
This door needs to be open.
Okay, can we ask the college for the door to be open?
Okay, I go down to the guard real quick.
Yeah.
I need you to open. Don't you have the skeleton key?
No, to the dorms. I have the skeleton
Oh.
key to the dorms.
And you presumably returned that
They were,
Oh,
when you
I-
left. The porter, yeah, the porter would
Oh.
have reclaimed that when you guys were leaving.
Oh, all right.
I mean, if you really want to hang on to it, you probably could. As far as you just walk out a different door.
Thieving little guys, just here you go. Here's the key, and open up 40 dorm rooms.
Every other day they're changing the whole locks on the dorm.
Great
Giving
this
out the
man.
key.
All right.
Oh, my keys
I
get
just
kicking
don't.
in.
I'm at the point I don't care anymore, so I probably shouldn't be making decisions for the group.
Lindworms. Let's go.
Yeah,
Over
we're
there.
well,
there.
What are you trying to find at Lindworms?
I don't know.
Lindworm.
I have no idea why you
He's
guys.
not there.
This intelligent young man suggested that it was really Lindworm behind this whole plot. So, and since I am fucking clueless as to where to go forth, I'm gonna follow that stream.
Well, I mean, we could always turn in all the information we got to
Schutzman.
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 Yeah, but we don't have anything.
We do. We got lots of stuff.
We
got.
had the
We
head.
have, we have proof of a conspiracy to discredit a professor.
Yep.
We
That's it.
had.
That's pretty good.
We
Can we
had
check
a
all the doors?
head.
It's fun.
Recently?
Why?
Just figure you should be check.
Yeah.
Figure the door, quick check in on the dwarves and their whole problem.
I say we go back and talk to what's her nuts again. Hey, right, and find out where she thinks she got the scaven bodies from.
Yeah, we haven't asked her that.
Okay.
Why haven't we asked her that?
Hopefully you guys don't get there in time.
Oh no!
Don't follow me.
Why
That's-
haven't we asked
You okay with that idea?
Yeah.
You okay with that idea? I'm okay with that idea. We're gonna go. You okay? Yeah, you're okay.
Okay.
So when I get there,
So you get there first.
Don't ask me.
Meanwhile,
does she have an office?
Probably. She's not at her office.
Don't ask me.
I try to find her. She
Yeah,
in
she's in the anatomy.
would you like to go?
Could I speak to you in your
do
office,
that.
please? This is a delicate matter. I have a wrapped head,
Order. You need to
and my cloak isn't so you can't really see it's a head, but it's wrapped up. Some object in my
I mean,
cloak.
you guys are the only ones here.
Uh-oh. He's taking.
But there's nobody in the hallways. Nobody that might hear her scream.
Well, I guess it depends on how loud she screams, but no, you're pretty much alone.
So I say, so we went to Gaius and Carl's dorm room. By the way, their names are Johann and.
That's good.
I break out my notebook.
Eldred.
Yep, Eldred, not Gaius and Carl. They were working with Doctor.
Are you sure you got the right people?
Yes, they were working with Dr. Dinkelbacher, and were working to discredit you as well. He even paid them money to complete their tasks as far as removing or swapping out the bodies and discrediting you. And I tossed.
Gallagher did that?
Yes, I tossed the head over to her, literally to hit her with like she needs to catch it or it's going to bounce off her type thing.
Yeah, it bounces off her laying on the ground.
That was in the dorm room of who you know as Dice and Carl.
She looks at it, peers down, picks it up, puts it on one of the tables.
That's it's from the display where they took the bodies from.
Well, yeah, this head's been dead for quite some time. It's been taxidermied.
Yeah, it's from the display where they took the bodies from. That's one of the heads that cut off the body.
Dinklewalker did that?
No, your Gaius and whatever their names are.
I'll try.
They also had a sewing kit that had the sutures that were used to sew the rat heads onto the regular bodies was in their room as well. So why don't you tell us where you got these rats from? These rat people.
They were... I have contacts in the town guard.
You need to be more specific, and you need to do it quick, because I'm really tired of you brushing us off. My patience is now gone.
Well, I got... They were...
Names. Specifics.
She doesn't have the names of the town guards. According to her, she acquired the bodies from the Templar's Arms Inn shortly after the festival, when the town guard informed her that there were a couple of unique specimens that she might be interested in. She paid a large fee to the town guards to secure the bodies before they were delivered to the town watch and disposed of. Since then, she's been studying them for the last several weeks to verify her research and her conclusions that rat men are real and are amongst us.
So who told you that they were there again?
I have contacts amongst the town watch. I pay them on occasion to keep an eye out for such a thing. Never figured it would actually come to any fruition.
Well, if you're paying them and you have these contacts, it means you have names.
Sure.
What are their names?
She gives you some names.
Okay. And then I say hi.
Franz and Franz.
Thank you for your time.
This Skaven tried to assassinate us.
Professor
Well, my other character left.
Page gives names of guard contacts. Alright. And who did you speak to at the Templar's Arms, or did you not do that at all? You said the guards go get it.
Why? I wouldn't have gone there myself. Yeah, I had, the guards did.
It's a very nice establishment.
Yeah, it was Captain Oatmar.
Captain Oatmar. Damn.
A friend of the family for many years. I pay him to keep an eye out for such things, for rare specimens along these lines. He thought I would be very interested, and of course I was. I've been looking for these specimens for years. I've known they've existed. Now I don't have any proof that they do.
I've fought them before. They're not fun.
Well, next time you fight them, bring me a specimen.
What is it worth?
Well, if it's real, quite a bit.
I won't take less than 250 gold.
I don't know if the stipend would really pay for that much, but
You just asked for her inheritance.
I don't care, man. The last time my damn near died to him, they brought down a castle on top of me. That is not cool. Alright, so I'm gonna...
not cool, man.
I'm probably gonna be passing them, or at least they're gonna come in shortly, but I'm gonna be done with her. For now, they can ask her what questions they have.
So you're done with her, or just done talking to her?
Done talking to her.
Okay.
I don't
Thank
have
you
the
for the
knife.
information.
Okay. A short time later, the group arrives to find the elves talking with Professor H.
I want the knife. Sorry.
Nice.
I look at you guys and say, I need to get to the Templar's Arms. That's where she said that the rats came from.
Oh, we know where that's at.
The rat. What?
Templar's Arms?
I stayed there for a while. It was a pretty
Yeah.
nice establishment.
Sweet. Let's do it. Let's go.
No
go,
wonder
go.
Dad has.
Did they mention?
You guys have any questions for her?
Was the Templar's Arms simply a place where they were transporting them, or was it actually where they were found?
I don't know. Captain Omar said they had some specimens.
So
Do I
the
recognize
captains
that
of all
name?
this?
Mm-hmm.
Do I
I don't know if
recognize
he's-
that name from
Captain.
when I went to the town watch
Yeah.
/ guard post.
Yeah. I mean, they have several hundred guards in town.
Yeah, but
Can we go to
captain.
the one
I
guy?
read-
Basically, the way she's describing is as a professor who's been researching Skaven, or Ratmen, as she puts it, for years, she pays a number of the City Watch to keep an eye out, and if something unusual is found, they let her know.
Yeah.
And she gets first dibs on whatever the body is, or whatever the situation is, presumably before it gets reported to the rest of the City Watch. It's a bit underhanded, but not specifically illegal.
I was gonna say that wouldn't be illegal at all as long as they're not tampering with evidence.
Well, that's the point. Is if they find something useful to her, she gets the body. It is specifically tampering with
Okay.
evidence.
Why do you want to prove they exist?
Just like how they have
Because-
to like grave robbers
Because
and
they
stuff
do.
like that.
The truth is out there, and the world needs to know.
All right, the truth is,
I mean, imagine a world in which an entire civilization is living beneath your feet. Everyone should know
I turn
that.
and look at the dwarf. You're right.
I chuckle at that one.
Living beneath my feet. Nobody could have said that better.
You gonna let him talk to you
I mean,
that way?
Perhaps they're benevolent and they would come to. They would help us.
They're not.
Or perhaps they're a danger
Or
and defenses could be made.
or they've been left a mystery for the last 1,000 years. And
You should
they
have
don't
seen
need
the
to be
castle.
And
they
who
destroy
knows
it.
what secrets they would hold
Impressive.
that would benefit the Empire.
Corruption.
They use a lot of
corruption.
warpstone chaos stuff, I think.
Inside the shadow mage is screaming. Shut up! All of you, shut up!
I mean, she's firmly convinced that the world is ready and needs to know about the existence of rats.
Wait a minute,
Okay,
you
you know-
actually fought these damn things?
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm going to the Templars.
no, you didn't.
Okay.
Same.
I'm trying to go.
You can't believe a word this guy
Okay
says.
with that, George?
What?
That you're gonna murder her for?
You okay with that, George?
Anytime,
It's up to you.
dude, I had a whole crew with me. I'm telling you.
Where's the crew?
Well, one was a
They're dead now.
one was a powerful fire
They drop a
wizard.
castle on me.
Yeah. Destroyed a whole game. There was this like super high priest of Sigmar. He was batshit crazy. You guys probably heard about him. I mean, he walked all over this town. He was nuts.
No, I was in the fort in the middle of the
At
swamp
this
for
point, you
years.
sound like you're the one that's crazy.
That's fine.
That is a fair point. Friedrich would have one hell of a reputation
Yeah,
in this town.
everybody in the town would know Friedrich.
I did not fucking hide.
Especially,
at all.
especially when you chase that one kid all around the town,
Dude,
and I fell down the stairs.
that
trying to
priest
chase-
just walk around swinging his hammer everywhere.
Dude, I remember that
That was
comical chase. I fell down the stairs. While the
Okay.
kid kicked
Templar
some
arms.
barrels at
So
me.
you got, the dwarf leads the group to the Templar's
Yes.
Run in slow motion.
Yep.
And once you're there, unless there's something else you guys wanted to ask Professor Hayes.
No, can we? What are we doing with this stupid? You return the head?
Yeah.
She has it right now. She's currently dissecting it. I'm very curious about this.
You're
It's a
supposed to
human
corpses.
head, dude. With no brain and just stuff full of
Fluff.
fluff.
Came from
Yeah.
the display. It should be
no,
reattached
it's
to the
not
body and
fluff,
put back
it's
on
jaw.
display.
Okay, fine. It belongs in the museum.
They're supposed to corpses. Did they have clothing of any kind? Or weapons?
I have no idea. They came to me naked in a bottle of rum.
So you actually physically saw the rat bodies,
Yes.
but not
Technically
these
all-
bodies.
That.
Well, yes, of course.
Technically all the rats.
I've been studying it for weeks.
No, they were clothed.
No, like rats.
I know that.
If it wasn't for that Lindworm and this
Especially
fellow
slaves.
distracting me, they would have been out on the stage.
No, sorry.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
Anyway,
Might
I
Might
think
I
it's
ask
it
you a bit of
absolutely
advice?
did because she didn't bring them out. Well, no, they were already out there. They were already out. Okay,
might I
the
ask you a bit
henchmen
of
swapped them
advice?
out.
correct. But they gave them time to dispose of the bodies, swap the bodies.
Yeah,
Right.
because Lindworm was part of it. He wanted to.
Right. So to buy time, he stood up and heckled her, so that his two guys could dispose of the
If
bodies.
you recall the order of operations, she came out and was doing a speech
Yeah,
with the intent of things coming out, and as soon as she started talking, Lindworm and him got involved.
I remember yelling at Lindworm too.
Yes.
Heckle this man.
So
Might
maybe
I-
he's involved.
That's why I looked at him funny when you were like, ooh.
Might I offer you some advice from one academic to another?
That'd be a dick move as a GM.
The humanity as a whole.
PvP.
You
Have a spin
Yes,
on wheels for 3
these
months,
scholarships
chasing
should
him around.
our colleagues in the
It's
village
like,
should
nah.
know their existence.
Well, that's
Arguably
not
should
typical
know their
wizard thing.
existence.
Mhm.
What was it?
If typical wizards thing.
Yeah.
However, the populace should not, because the populace either will disbelieve you and burn you at the stake for this, as they obviously
We can do that
have
now.
tried, or they will panic, and both of
We don't
which.
burn bodies, dude.
I prefer to see a much more positive view. If they were warned of such a threat or such a possibility, they would embrace it or be able to defend themselves.
You have that much faith in humanity,
Of course.
despite what they've done, despite how much backlash and
I like
anger
her.
they've faced.
All I can think of is
Let's
like
go, Bookie.
COVID. And how
Bookie?
I have
Who's
no
Bookie?
faith in humanity anymore.
The one person that carries books and reads books.
Yeah.
Who's that?
This
I'm looking at my book.
because
but-
That's not a book. It's a diary.
What? How dare you? It's a journal of events.
Because I
Look at the diary.
Shut
I
up.
get it. I do like little hearts in the corners and stuff. Draw little flowers to make you feel like at home.
Look at the
Have
diary.
I doodled in
I
this
do
thing?
remember he was talking about buying a lock too.
Oh god!
Scram. Oh,
Look at the
a little
diary.
rope around my neck.
Got a second key for your best
Be more
friend.
The book with 2 locks.
Okay.
Double locked.
because
I have all wheels for Robin and Savannah. when
Obviously
Savannah was
humans
young.
are-
No, that shit ended up in the garbage.
Look at the diary.
Nothing. Totally all good.
All right.
Okay.
Either way, we're going to Templar's Arms. We're going
Yes.
to try to talk to people.
Okay, so you head over there in the afternoon.
Finally, we're back.
Yep.
Get over to the Templar's Arms. Yeah, for some of you, it's like coming home.
Okay.
It's a place you guys have stayed a fair bit during the prior chapter. Templar's Arms is busy, lots of people, so forth. I don't remember who actually stayed here.
Him.
It was just you.
And
Mhm.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, so one of you, it's like sort of coming home because you only stayed here for a little bit. Bartender or the innkeeper recognizes you. Says, welcome back.
Well, last time he like, oh look, it's the hero, whatever. Now it's like, oh, welcome back.
He's past that.
I'm old news. All right,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
the barbarian left.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just be like, listen, can we speak in private, please?
I'm kind of busy. Can I wait for a little bit?
Sure. In the meantime, can we get some food and drinks?
Sure.
Why did you point at me?
Oh, you're not going to eat.
He wants you to get the food and drinks, obviously.
No.
Whoever's not eating, I won't pay for
Go
it.
get a
Oh,
crossbow bolt
I'll
for your
Okay.
meal.
So, anyways,
bringing in
he
dash of
gets
blood.
gets some food and drinks and everything. After an hour or two, he takes a break. Finds a table over in the side where he can talk,
Okay.
generally privately.
Generally, privately, just
Yeah.
go over and sit down with him. How much money did that cost me? A few silver?
No, maybe 6 bronze.
Okay. Well, I take away silver.
Okay.
I'm paying for mine, not letting the elf pay for it.
You don't want to be indebted to an elf.
No.
He's already indebted to me.
No.
You
You're
don't want to
dead
help
to me. I've tried to save your life like at least 2
You
times.
don't want to
so
help
far.
him pay off his debt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love how
I spent the resilience points on you.
I roll.
One can't have faith
Yeah,
in
we'll
the
make
other,
some
and the
more
other
notes
one
with that.
cannot
Jesus.
listen to that one.
I'll just be like, hey, listen, we heard, and I'm hoping you can give us some honest answers to this because you're such you've dealt well with this with me in the past and the team that I was with. But a professor told us that she was able to procure 2 rather odd rat corpses, large rat from this establishment, with the aid of the town guard. Can you tell us more, please, about how you came
I don't know
about
anything
this?
about ratmen. There were a couple beastmen.
Okay, the beastmen, those things. Where did those?
Yeah, shortly after the New Year's festival. Place. Most of the travelers had left at that point, and middle of the night I heard some noise. Figured somebody was breaking into one of the rooms, or there was a drunk or something. So I called the town watch. Next thing I knew, several of the guards were wounded. One was dead, and they were dragging what looked like beastmen out. They had some goat-like heads, maybe rats. I'm not sure. I didn't really see them very well, but they drug them out. I mean, they said they found them in those rooms that you and that crew of yours were hanging out in.
Truly. Interesting.
Uh-oh. My...
Do you mind if I look at those rooms? Are they still occupied at this point, I would assume?
Well, yeah. Well, two of them are. You can take a look at the third one.
Okay. Thank you. Did anybody else get hurt? Were those rooms vacant whenever the...
Yeah, they were vacant at the time.
So this is your fault.
What?
Always the elves.
No. Let me tell you about the chaos-driven
Elf.
mage who could have
Mage
easily been the mage involved with that, if that flash of light and everything. Well, you guys said you smelled it.
Yeah, the sulfur.
Okay, well, that was that Erdem guy, that mage. He was like a font of chaos and evil by himself. And then there was this priest that I once watched, glow, like green glows. He stood up from being killed once. I mean, like arrow through the chest and like hammer. What else to get shot in the eye or something?
He got
like that?
stabbed.
Before or after
He
your
got,
character?
That was.
he got
I
stabbed
heard
in the
about
throat
that.
by a
I'm
raven.
about to say, which character? Yeah.
He got stabbed in the throat by
It's
a
all in his
raven.
diary.
That's right. And then shot
Yeah.
through the chest by a bullet.
Yeah.
He was resilient.
Anyway.
Very resilient.
Which words have they have words?
Anyway, you take a look at the room.
Yep.
It's just a normal room at this point.
I just want to see if there's any. Oh well, he would have cleaned it up.
Yeah. I mean, this happened.
Can you guys
this
take-
happened several weeks ago.
Can you do me a favor and see what type of winds of magic may be around here?
There's nothing unusual you've seen
What do you-
yet.
Does your smell pick up anything?
Yeah. Do I smell anything odd?
Secret
I'll go in the room and
passages.
smell around and stuff.
Nothing that stands out with the theory of Skaven or Ratman. I mean, again, it's been 4
Nothing
weeks.
here.
Yeah.
So
I get
the
it.
room's been cleaned at least once or twice.
All right.
It's an elf.
There's not a whole lot we can do at this point,
No,
guys.
well, we know a guard died.
Yeah, Beastman.
Several guard were injured. We can go talk to the medics. We can go talk to the
I
guard.
think so. Maybe long ears.
Pursue that angle.
Fur, tail,
Fur,
you have
tail.
tails?
Yeah. Now, most Beastmen have tails.
No, they don't.
Do you have
Yeah, they do.
do you
He's
have a
lying.
basement, sir? Like where you keep all your stock and stuff?
Yeah.
Can
I think-
we
I think they
investigate
take it
that
as a
said
given
basement to
he's an
see
elf.
if maybe that's where they came
Alive
from?
all the time.
Maybe
They
it's-
can, but no, they broke into the
cool.
windows.
It's pretty tall.
Yeah, there were damage. There
That's
was
true.
damage on the
I can't
windows.
reach it.
I'm pretty sure that's the noise I heard initially that woke me up. They broke in through the windows, all 3 rooms, almost about the same time.
We tried to
Is there a close? Is there a
Rat Team 6.
Sewer.
is there a sewer system or something close by? I wanted. I don't need
Yeah,
him
this is
to tell-
Middenheim.
I don't need him to tell me that.
Yeah.
I'll check to see
Main.
if there's any quick access from those windows and stuff like that to a sewer.
No.
Or some may have gotten.
Sure. I
away.
mean, your rooms were on the 2nd floor. A couple of them were out into the main street. There's sewer entrances and grates and so forth, pretty much every 50 yards.
Are there any signs
look at
outside
you.
of
Scratchy nails.
Can we tell if the side of the building has been climbed by something that's got claws?
Give me a perception roll.
I break out my
Sure.
magnifying glass.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I get it. Oh, this is the next day, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't have the wine.
Okay.
Can I roll? Because I was looking. Okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
You said perception,
See if I can fail.
so I have a.
Somebody did.
Hey, I failed terribly.
Oh,
You failed even worse.
I
We've all
poked
been
myself
failing.
in the eye.
what scratches?
He takes his knife, scratches the wall. These
Wow,
scratches?
103.
Yeah.
The magnifying glass gives you a plus 20.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Dude,
the,
your
the other,
characters
the
are
other
so
two,
far advanced compared to ours.
The other 2 try to distract you heavily,
Mhm.
but you're not distractible. You focus in, around the edges of the wall. You find several marks that look like claws or something sharp had dug into the wall. They look very uniform, so you suspect that they weren't claws as such, but they have a similar indentation, possibly some sort of climbing device.
Okay.
our characters are we're more slanted. We are good at. He's good at initiative based stuff. I'm good at the toughness and willpower type stuff. But for example, my agility, my movement speed, and my
Terrible.
stuff is in the tens digits.
Climb, dwarf, climb.
I'm looking at my stats. Yeah, you still.
Well, I'm not saying that like humans or halflings can have low stats like that also, but I know your fellowship's pretty good. I mean, having a 50-something fellowship, your charm,
My
it's
fellowship
pretty good.
is 47. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
My dexterity on the other, admittedly, my dexterity is 56.
Yeah.
Those are your strengths versus the dwarf.
I still wouldn't against the other.
Well, and that's part of the thing that I keep trying to lean into as far as the group. Whatever your character's strength is, double down on that as far as skills and everything, which is part of the reason why I'm trying to keep everybody together as a group, because if you need to talk with the guard, you do it.
Yeah.
If you need to talk with the guard, the dwarf does it.
If you want to fail at everything, I do it.
Yeah, if you need a scapegoat, you got Andy. He's also good with drink.
I don't fit in anywhere.
Yes,
I'm not,
you do.
Nope, I'm not
You're
in
the
anywhere.
badge.
You're the law.
You're the law.
You're the sense of right.
Oh my god, we're so screwed.
Yes, you are.
What's that
So-
supposed to mean?
So are we wanting to go in the sewer there?
You've been
man?
letting us get away with anything we wanted to do.
I really don't want to go in there yet
I don't
because
see
I
it.
have a feeling
It don't
that
happen.
The sewer's not going to give us anything.
I agree. I don't want to go down
FC,
there.
maybe.
I want to sleep
I'm
with
somewhat
one hand on my
clean.
crossbow now.
Can you check the ground for scrapes?
It's a city, dude.
It's cobblestone. That wouldn't give you anything.
And it's been 4 weeks. We're not going to find any
Hey,
information.
Dad. Just so you know, now I'm sleeping with my crossbow loaded. One
I'm
hand
not
on
sleeping
my
anywhere
crossbow.
near him.
I wouldn't.
Huh?
And that's not great for your crossbow.
It's the same reason
That-
when I had
my-
my knife contraction,
Oh.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
of my
Fine.
fellowship
Fine.
test
My
versus
sword.
everyone
You're
that's
gonna
not an
end up
The
elf.
with
string wears out if you keep it loaded
Oh.
all the
Yeah,
time.
you're gonna
Sword
inevitably
test.
shoot yourself.
And you shoot yourself. Or you're sleeping at night and stab yourself.
You go lean over like.
Ah!
We wake up in the morning and he's just skewered himself in the brain.
If I didn't have
No, he's just still asleep. He's still
Okay.
asleep.
So where to next?
Sewers?
No, I think we need to go now. I would feel like we need to go report to.
Trustman.
Yeah.
So it's been, I tend to
then-
agree.
And then maybe to the dwarves, if your people know where these creatures reside.
I know a good bit about the sewers when we made this place.
You really don't smell like you've ever been down there.
Yeah, but we're not going to do anything along the lines. We're not going down there.
The Ironbreaker says no.
Needless murder
How do you
time,
spell
man.
Schutzman?
Yeah, we don't really want our island now.
That's
It's
in
in the thing.
Oh.
That's a good point.
I think.
Ironbreaker says we are not going.
Yeah, alright, let's go check in with Shapesman.
I don't think he's alright.
Hold on.
Have you actually dealt with them?
Yes.
Okay.
That was like the most authority I've ever seen you express ever.
He's not ready to go down there yet.
Schutzman. Right
It's
here.
almost like
Put a little bit of
Oh.
bass in the voice.
I
That
thought
was excellent.
Nope, I was trying to underline it.
Okay, so you guys, real quick, we'll wrap up with Schutzman, and then we'll probably do good for tonight. So
Notes
you
have
guys,
been taken.
you guys check in with Schutzman, and what are you going to report to him?
Elf.
He's curious
your
what you
diary.
guys have found about this safe house.
Oh shit, we weren't pursuing that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to let him know that we have figured out that there was a pigeon and the stuff like that, and we figured out where they were getting the supply of pigeons, which is in the winds, and we're getting ready there to investigate the seller and supplier of the pigeons to figure out where the base operations are.
Yeah,
Okay, well, be careful with the wind. That's Gouda's territory.
Meanwhile, we also figured out, I'm just going to tell the whole story flat.
About
Haitian. Yeah, about Haitian and everything.
okay.
In the rat.
He's curious. He
Oh,
listens
okay.
intently.
Yeah.
I mean, to him, it's It's an interesting side distraction. He's most notably concerned about his guards giving bodies to the college instead of turning them in for investigation. He seems dubious about the Ratmen
I'll probably just like,
concept.
yeah, I'm not really implying the overall.
I mean, he seems open to the idea, but he thinks perhaps we're jumping to the conclusion that maybe these were just beastmen, maybe they were mutants.
Yeah.
Could be lots of other options. Let's not necessarily jump to mythological creature first. Yeah.
Well, we
And
need,
the
we need to
Medical
go find
Public.
the guards now. We need to go find the guards.
Right. Okay.
Talk to them.
So, okay, you guys got a couple of leads for next time, and
Alright.
we'll follow up from there.
Jimmy?